Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and that of course means it's time for us to jump into some more good old Warframe. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. Oh, yes, indeed. It looks like I've got something wrong on my setup here, and there we are. Right, that was weird. Anyway, welcome on in, everyone. I am happy to announce that the next video is right around the corner. Basically, all I need to do is make a thumbnail for it, put together all the YouTube details, so things like the video description, any timestamps, set up, try and tell YouTube, no, please do not put 3 adverts 2 minutes apart. What is that automatic system? Yes, it does that sometimes. I go in and fix it every time. But once I've got all of those bits done on the YouTube end of things, then the video can go live. But the actual video itself is done. And cross my fingers, it's something that's not going to change in the next few days, so there's that too. Hopefully. That's how it works out. And then once you're done with Dante, I can have a look at that again, can't I? But welcome in, everyone. Welcome on in. Now, I put in the announcement for today that we're going to put new toys to work, and that is exactly the idea because, well, let's face it, there was quite a bunch of things handed out. I mean, we got a whole bunch of augments. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of them, I think it was? Maybe 12 augments, unless I'm miscounting something that I shouldn't be counting. But no, I think there was 12 of them. 11. This one wasn't part of it. That was already there. Yeah, I'm doing my best. Maybe it was 12. I'm just 11. You ready? One doesn't exist. All right, Snake. All right. There was a whole bunch of augments, so we've had a lot of look at Lavos's. No damage decoy. Did I overlook that one somehow? Did it hide away? Well. Right there. No damage decoy. Yes, Wimmy. That's what you're doing. I don't know what Ray's reading. I think Ray is on a different stream. Or speaking to Sal. Alright. Alright, oh yeah, so here you see the reveal for Slayer Spy 2. I did not, no. I did not. You blind? Ah, don't worry, Solomia. Loki likes to hide things anyway. It's a tricky one, that frame. Definitely a tricky one. But anyway, we've had a look at the Lavos augment, a Villain's Formation that came out. And, well, it's a shiny one. Yep, I'm putting it into basically every single build bar one, so that is nice. But aside from that, the other augments we still need to have a proper look at, but perhaps more importantly, perhaps far more importantly, is this boy right here. Because you see, of course, Inaros has a rework. His abilities have been reshuffled, and that needs to be addressed. God, I look like an absolute laziest player with this loadout, don't I? Oh yeah, let me just bring out my Inaros Prime and Ignis Ray for goodness gracious. Oh dear. First thing I want to do actually though is consider his helmet situation, because at the moment I've got Elemental Ward going over his 3, because his 3 used to be Sandstorm, which is now his 2, and now his 3 is supposed to be an armor buff. Not that one. Not that one. Here we are. Scarab Shell. Activate form armor by draining Inaros' health. Activate again to stop the formation early. The protective layer reduces incoming damage by a tiny amount. And absorbs status effects. Which, I mean, it's an option. I don't know if it's an option I care about that much. But it's an option. Hurricane Reaction Alert? Well, you go and grab that, absolutely. Let me say, Inaros has been buffed to be able to delete an entire squad of D&D players. Is that really the case? I don't remember that going down, Ladybug. I don't remember that being the way things went down. But saying, status immunity is every time good. I mean, status immunity that just stays up, sure. This is status immunity that runs out depending on the number of status effects incoming, and also is taking away your damage reduction, what paltry amount it gives in the process, and costs your health to cast, and takes time to generate. I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot going on at once there, just to get some status immunity. When, if we compare to, for example, Spellbind, you cast it. That's all you do. You cast it. It's done. You just cast it. So yeah,
Random coconut cannon, go. Or maybe the hayball cannon.
Hey, yeah, thank you very much for resubscribing there at 7 months. I feel like only about maybe 10 people are going to get what you've just suggested there. But all the same, thank you very much for resubscribing there. I really do appreciate that. And happy to hear you've been enjoying using your cannons in the D&D playtest, which is going to have its conclusion next week, by the way. For those just keeping kind of sideline track, the playtest is coming to an end and the document is moving into the stage before final. What do we call that? It's late into development now. It's getting close. It's getting close. Just read. So yeah, I think I'll just take Rolling Guard at this point. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, there is the augment for levels for Inaris 3, which I do need to consider. So I will have to figure that all out. But for now, let's get Elemental Ward off him, just so I can properly test him as he is. Warframe unrelated question, but fried chicken or pork chops? Probably fried chicken. Yeah. If you have to choose between those two, fried chicken. Good, nothing just left in there for today. New Sandstorm is not to be underestimated. Oh yeah. I'm going to be looking at all the stuff, don't you worry. I'm going to be, oh god. Yeah, so evidently I didn't care much for Inaris in the past, as evidenced by whatever the hell this is. So let's do better. And this might be controversial, but I don't know that the Umbral set is really going to be the way to go. Considering how little armor he starts with and how little armor he gets from going full Umbral, for the cost of going full Umbral, is that really worth it? Damage reduction to health goes to 69%, 69.1 unfortunately, but it's up from 44. That ain't doing it. Guru saying his Scarab Swarms damage scales off of health. I mean, yeah, so having more health can be nice on that. But to Umbral it? I'm not sure if that's still the answer we want to go for there, because Umbral is quite the investment. And considering that's a 4th ability, you can also shove Precision Intensify in there, which you can't do with an Umbral set. So again, trade-offs there. So I'm saying, to be honest, I don't even use health mods, just saying Sandstorm constantly. I mean, that's an option. Yeah, I suppose that is an option. You can just continuously cast that if you really feel like it. And we'll look at those options as we go through. We're saying strength doesn't affect the 4 though. Huh. What do you know? Yup, only health affects it, not strength. That's certainly a choice, DE. That is... Huh. Okay. Okay then. Well, fair enough. That does take a swing at it, doesn't it? Somebody pointing out, Arcane Intensify is always active with Sandstorm, even if you're already at full health, by the way. Yeah, that's gotta be a bug. Considering that D removed that on Dante's ability, they're going to remove it from Sandstorm as well. They are straight up going to remove that. I'm going to say Umbral to make it deal any damage. I mean, whatever damage it has originally is still damage, so let's not exaggerate. Come on, Gorilla. You're better than that. Let's not exaggerate, because, for example, as much as the Umbral set gets us all the way up to 6,000 odd health, with a single Vitality mod, we get 4,830. So what's our difference there? 4830 divided by 6762. We are dropping down 29%, as it were there. Which is a significant drop, don't get me wrong. 29% drop down is significant. But the question still remains on if that is too significant. All told. 400 damage per second is really not all that much. Well, that's the thing, is that Umbral 676. I mean, there's only so far you can really stretch that concept. 483 to 676, so it's nearly 500 to nearly 680. As I was saying, maybe just Umbral Fiber and Vitality. Well, Fiber is the one that's not helping here, so we could have Umbral Vitality and Intensify, which gets us 555, but again we're still using 2 Umbral mods. The Fiber is not going to be worth it though, because an increase of, what was that, 400 odd armor. We could do the actual consideration here. So without Umbral Fiber, without any Fiber mod, we got 44.4% damage resistance, alright? And if we add on the Fiber, it goes up to 69.1. Which means... just verify those numbers. Yep. Which means we take 44% less damage. 44%. Not even half. It's just... for a whole mod slot, that doesn't do it. For a whole mod slot, that is just not enough. And when you consider that this doesn't scale from the armor either, by putting on an armor mod, you end up making Scarab Shell functionally worse. Which I don't see how that adds together. This is already a bad ability, and this is already a bad choice. When you put the two together, they just make for a worse choice, is how it seems to me. It just gets worse. So much so, I've got an issue with slots. I've got all these prime weapons from when I cracked relics, and now they're taking up space. I don't even use most of them, but I'm too scared if I get rid of them. I'll need them later. What do? Get more slots. Yeah, get more slots. A weapon slot is 6 platinum. Because you buy them in pairs, 12 plat for a pair. You can get platinum in this game pretty easily through a bit of trading and doing one of the many platforms out there. Exclamation mark plat if you need a link to a video, which gives you 25 ways to earn platinum. Or you don't buy the slots, and then what's your alternative? You already realise that you don't want to be getting rid of these weapons, certainly if they come up for, say, oh, I don't know, Deep Archimedia. So you already know you want to be holding on to them. What's your alternative? Farm the plat. Consider it like farming gold in a typical MMO, like RuneScape or World of Warcraft or any other game that uses gold. There's a lot of them. Consider it literally just farming the normal currency by earning items, trading them to players. Only in Warframe, it's a premium currency. And you're expanding the inventory of your house or whatever you want to think about it like. It's basically the same thing. It's just you also have the option of buying it with real world cash, which actually with a lot of modern MMOs you can do anyway as well. So there's no difference these days. No difference at all. Yeah, I mean, there's loads of different ways to find platinum, hence why, did the whole guide on it. But yeah, that is honestly your answer. Farm plat, buy the slots. Your alternative is to just not be prepared for endgame content. That's the long and short of it. Okay, so Anoros, if I go non-Umbral, I'm just gonna let's draw a line there. Non-Umbral, that's what's happening here. If he's health attacking though, we still want adaptation. And we still want vitality. And, yeah, just pop that on. Arc on vitality, don't know if that's going to be what I want to use. I think it is what I want to use, but we'll look into that in a moment. We'll look into that. Health conversion. Are we generating health orbs to make health conversion a appropriate option? I suppose if you've got a companion shooting out health orbs, then yes. Otherwise, no. It's kind of weird that this just doesn't scale on strength at all. Honestly, it just feels weird that they've gone for that choice. I get it, but it's still odd. And it's still odd. Are there any modern MMOs that don't have some form of pay to win or pay for access? Partly it depends on your definition of pay to win. Pay for access, I understood, was more pay to play, but yeah. Oh, pay for advantage. Okay. Look, you don't need to call it pay for advantage when pay to win exists. Come on, let's not create even more initialisms with numbers when we already have the same thing. I thought you were meaning two different things there, but though you just used the same term twice. Anyway, moving on from that, some quibbling details. There may be some MMO out there that's not done it. I don't know, I don't have an exhaustive list of all of them. That's a nice question. Panzer or Diriga? My secondary epitaph makes it good to keep Panzer or invest in Diriga. It depends on what you're using the two of them for, because Panzer and Diriga, they do more than just cause health orbs to drop. If that's what you're looking at there, that's what those two are kind of good at keying towards out of all companions. But they do other things beyond that, so see which one fits your build better. I don't know your situation to be able to answer that. I think a lot of people want to pay to win, but some people get mad if I call it Warframe pay to win instead of pay for advantage. Right, okay. In that regard, yes, there is a distinction. There is a distinction that Warframe isn't pay to win because there isn't a win condition that can just be bought outright. But there are things which are straight at premium, like, for example, your boosters. Doubling your affinity gains, doubling your resource gains, doubling your credit gains, which you just cannot get without getting the boosters. Whether he hands them to free, some of them to you for free or not, doesn't matter. The main way in is buying in, yeah. Yeah. Part of that comes down to the murkiness of the whole definition of pay to win. Oh. I get you on that one. There is pay to win, pay to access, pay to skip, as you put it, pay for advantage. It all becomes a little bit nebulous to try and nail down, and it all comes down to what's someone's actual working definition before you can start throwing out the terms, and then we're both just back at square one. And then we really are just back at square one, aren't we? Do you feel like saying, personally I refer to Warframe as pay to expedite? Yeah. At the same time, like, with all the items that I have here, you give someone a just like MR5 account, enough that they could do a reasonable number of trades per day. With an MR5 account, you can get a hell of a lot very quickly with just pure platinum. And with an MR5 account, think about it, you could get, actually, let's do one better than that. Let's do MR3, and the reason is, where is it? Initiate Power Pack. So you start there, you get your Initiate Power Pack. We're talking about pay to access, or pay to skip, or pay to win, or pay for advantage, however you want to term it. The premium of premium routes. You buy your Initiate Power Pack, you get all kinds of max rank mods straight off the bat as well. You've got yourself a whole bunch of items, you got a lot of platinum in there to just kind of screw around with as well. Then, once you've got hold of that, you also purchase all the Galvanized mods, you purchase the Steel Path Arcanes, whichever other Arcanes may take your fancy, you'll have access to those, easy enough. You can get hold of pretty much any Warframe you want, pretty much any weapon you want. The weapons, there'll be some restrictions on craftable only, so you'll need to get your mastery rank up on that. But there's plenty of them that don't have such restrictions. In short order, the only thing left to do will be to just play the game. where does one draw the line? Where does one draw the line? Because if we go, for example, to the Lavos builder, you go to as a standard. With everything that is on this Lavos build, tradable. Are these tradable? I can't remember if fumbles are. Are these tradable? No. Alright. So you would need to get far enough in the game to unlock those. That's not terribly far into the game, but you would need to get further into the game to get those. Then you can just buy the endo. Prime Sure-Footed, not tradable, so that's just locked out. It's not also a progression thing either, it's just, hey, have you played the game enough? Which is slightly weird. Aura, tradable. None of these are tradable, so that has to be directly earned. And if you say about using an Ira instead of Prime Sure-Footed, well, that also needs to be worked towards, and I don't think any means of gaining focus is tradable either, is it? You can trade the lenses, but that doesn't give you focus, that gives you the access to get focus. It's not saying not Gun Arcane, you need Steel Essence to get the adapter. I don't know if you need Steel Essence to get the adapter. Let's grab a... I probably have some adapters lying around, don't I? What's a weapon I probably don't have an adapter on? Carmine Penta. Surely I don't have an adapter on this. Okay, I don't have an adapter to check at the moment. Racing Acrithis, yeah. I'm fairly certain you can just buy them for plat. The Acrithis bit doesn't help, right? Yeah, you can just buy them for plat. They are all there. So that's not a restriction. Unlocking the slot, that's just available as well, so that's not a problem. It used to be a Steel Path thing, now it isn't. For some weapons, you can just buy them outright, so that's not a problem. So you can get a heck of a lot of progress with pure plat. A heck of a lot with just pure plat. Which then leaves it to, okay, so which part of the game is left there? You've got getting hold of shards, leveling up mastery, unlocking the star chart, running the quests. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also the Incarnate stuff? True, there is actually evolving the Incarnates, and then there are the Circuit Incarnates, which you can't get hold of through trading. You can buy some from Cavalero, but that's only 5 out of them, yeah. So that does restrict you on that side. I can't remember if you can do anything to get around things like the Latum. Nope. Ruvox. So that's unusual. That's an Incarnate that you can access, and it's a bit of a mid one. That's curious. Yeah. There are some things which are very tradable and some things which are completely untradable, and kind of hard to draw a line around them neatly, is it? Anyway, getting very distracted on the topic there, but point is that you can buy a lot in Warframe, but there's also a lot you can't buy, which is kind of an Aros. They were saying you can trade the main blueprints for the Zaran ones. Yeah, you still need to get the resources, and you still need to have the mastery rank to build them. So there are some progression locks there. It's a weird one. Strife saying, Plat does give a lot, but I feel like if you are early in the game and you buy stuff, you're kind of nerfing yourself. Not nerfing yourself, but you are risking taking away some of the fun, I would say, yeah. If you look at, say, the Initiate Power Pack, which I covered in my video on said pack, going through the star chart with that level of power, I don't imagine it's going to leave much room for any fun, because the hurdle you get at Saturn vanishes. People will reach Saturn and not even notice the difficulty change. Yeah. I may say, how do you deal with burnout and Warframe when there really is not such a thing as winning? Step 1, don't try to win the game. That probably helps. Step 2, play it when it's fun, and then don't play it when it's not fun. And I know that might sound a bit facetious and unhelpful. If it does, it means you've not really thought about what you find fun in Warframe. Seriously, just playing Warframe when it's fun and then not playing it when it's not fun is the ticket to it. There are weeks where I will only log into Warframe if I am actively researching a video or live streaming. If one of those two things isn't true, there are some weeks where I just do not log into Warframe the entire time. That's just a case of it. And I do this for a job and still sometimes won't log in that much. Other weeks, I'll log in plenty. That's how you deal with burnout. You remind yourself that you play a game to have fun, and if you're not having fun, just go do something else. And if you can't find anything fun, that's called depression. You might need to look into that. Just putting it out there. You own the game doesn't own you. I want to like that, Solomir, except the first part of that is incorrect. So I can't really endorse that particular one. It sounds nice, not true. Yeah. My friend asked me why D doesn't sell Coover. I told him they don't promote gambling. Kind of blew his mind. They don't promote gambling, but they sure do love their RNG elements. They kind of push against it. Yeah. Just a little bit. Yeah, Solomir, it's a mindset thing. It is a mindset thing. So much time saying farming toroids, maybe burn out faster than anything else. Again, find your way to make things enjoyable. Number one on that, by the way, when it comes to farming things, find some people to shoot the breeze with. It is so much easier to farm resources in this game if you're in a Discord call with 1, 2, or 3 other fun, cheery people. Just shoot the breeze whilst you all smash through the farm. Easy peasy. And if you're struggling on finding people to, well, shoot the breeze with and play the games with, that's where larger communities come in. Join the Discords, pop up in the channels, like, hey, I'm looking to do this. Anyone else want to join me? Boom, there you are. You found people. You don't need to make life friends out of them. They don't need to be the one true partner for playing with. Just someone to shoot the breeze with. Job done. Rodonka saying, in my opinion, there is a very distinct difference between gambling and classic mission to mission RNG. Yes, I agree. They are two different things. What I said wasn't that mission RNG is gambling. I said that D pushes the edge of the line when it comes to distinctions between gambling. That's a different matter. Come on. Come on, coming out. If you don't have fun with people, then again, you have depression. I am. Now, maybe you just don't get on with different types of people, cause clashes and whatnot. I wouldn't write one off entirely just for not getting on with some random internet nerds. Trust me, there are plenty of problematic random internet nerds. But the early comment on if you find nothing fun, then yeah, that's a diagnosis right there. That is a you may need to seek professional help one right there. If anyone finds himself in that circumstance, or at the very least, spend some good time looking inwards. It's alright, guys. It's alright. It's a common thing that happens in, especially internet discourse. If someone makes a comment on something, and then someone replies to that on a different but related topic, you have to then wonder, okay, why have you brought this up? Are you saying this just to say it, or saying to counter my point that I didn't make? Reddit is absolutely fucking full of this kind of thing, by the way. So in the case of, I say something with regards to gambling, you bring up your opinion specifically on there is a very distinct difference between A and B, one can only take it as, well, you're responding to the topic, right? Rather than just kind of tweeting. Social media in a nutshell. And Twitch is basically a form of social media. Yo, Mirrorlave, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Solomir there. Solomir, make sure you thank Mirrorlave for that. Real generous of them. Cheers. Cornelius, indeed, got a lot of attention a few years back when they removed randomized gene imprints for Kubros on the grounds that it's kind of gambling. They've since introduced several mechanics where you spend plat for random pulls again. You know what? I'm going to be honest. This isn't a topic that I want to stick on for too long, because it's going to get very negative very quickly. So I'm going to just draw a line under this whole one. Straight up, just going to move off from that one. Yo! G-Fuller123. Thank you very much for dropping your Prime over here as well. Welcome into the channel proper, and enjoy your lovely blue sub badge to go with your emotes, your access to the support lounge on the Discord, and no more ads for you. Cheers, my dude. Cheers on that. Trainers here? Yeah. I don't know when Twitch changed it, but they made it where it takes 2 things to kick off a train rather than 3. Hey, why not? So there's a train running. If you all want to get on board with that one, go right ahead. It means you get extra emotes, so hey, why not? Why not? Top Biscuit say Reddit is great because you just need to sound confident and people will believe whatever you're saying, or just sound more confident than whoever disagrees with you. I mean, if you want to win the point war, sure. But is that winning? No, only to people who care about points. Yeah, Tudor, yeah, sorry. Colloquialism, yes. For those who don't understand, shoot the breeze means to talk with others about not really anything. To have extended small talk, as it were. To do, much like I am emulating right now here in the Twitch chat, to just kind of have a natter. Sorry, a meandering and relatively pointless discussion of nothing. You're Australian, your phrases are far worse. True, I mean, we could go on all day about that kind of stuff, but then we're not here to fuck spiders, are we? So there is that. Mirrorlabe, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs there, going out to a variety of people, but I think just ahead of that as well, Reading Complete, resubscribing the Prime up until that 6-month threshold. You've got that lovely gold badge next to your name now, Reading Complete. Thank you very much on that. And Mirrorlame gifting out then to Charlotte Wow, to M87 Galactic Nebula, to Brutal Green, to Vikia101, and to Omok86. Mirrorlame and Reed, both of you, thank you very much on that. I do appreciate it. Segregator, care about points, it hurts to press this button and waste them. Well then. Well. Mirrorlame was going to spend enough money alone that Ken could just survive off them. No comment. No comment. How do you get the gold drone emote? Just bits or gifted subs? It is bits. When you try to use it, it'll tell you. I can't actually see the setup here. I'll have to go deep into the setting, but it should pop up to you when you hover over it or try to use it. It'll tell you what you need to do. But it is just bits for the gold emotes. Let me see. If I go into emotes, I can bring up a listing. Here we are. So Golden Grendel is 1,000 bits, and you get the emote permanently. 5,000 bits, you get the Golden Drone permanently. 10,000 bits, you get the Gold Snake permanently. There is currently no higher tier on the gold emotes. The reason being on that, only 3 people qualify for the next slot. So it's just not come up to get another gold emote at that tier so far. Twitch outright tells me how many people can use the gold emotes, and well, there's certainly some numbers. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. What better can you even get than a golden snake? I mean, what else could it be, Ladybug? Absolutely. What else could it... Maybe a golden ladybug. You want golden shivs? Ah, I see. The gold emotes, the bit emotes, they can't be animated. They are only static ones, so there's nothing I can do about that. Anyway, I mean, we don't want sprint speed on here, do we? We don't want that. Ew. Gold Ken. Streamer wins Zaku Prime when D announces it. Believe it or not, streamers don't get early access to that kind of information to be able to share it. D just share it, and then creators can talk about it, not the other way around. Not the other way around. Okay. So we got a basic tank. Where do we even want to go with this? I mean, it's got a radius on it. Range is just feeling like it's going to be a semi-obvious answer here. So let's throw some basic range modding in. But we don't need too much on it, honest. Probably, maybe. I mean, more range could help, actually. Feck it. More range. We should be able to get away with using Blade Rage, because we can also use Hunter Adrenaline for energy purposes, right? The 2 augments already gives a range boost. I didn't even think to look at augments for the stat boosts. Let's increase that real quick then. 190 energy pool? Ah, we can fix that. That's what Archon Shards are for. Alright, gains 50% ability range and has 100% chance of inflicting status effects based on the damage types and mods on the equipped melee weapon. Alright then. I mean, if that's going to use a melee weapon to enhance its abilities, we could go for a heat-based weapon and then Archon Vitality matters, doesn't it? That's cool. And then what else we got? Desiccation's Curse, Skin and Blinded Enemy, has a chance to summon Swarm Cravat, blah 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 blah. Or Negation Armor. When an armor takes fatal damage, can just decide not to deal with that. Sounds fun, we can invest in that. Oop, wrong button. Negation Armor, there it is. Up, up, up. Beautiful. Force count zips, by the way. Okay. And then, considering how little armor this is giving in general, a lot of endo. Yeah, I've got a bit of endo. I mean, I could go Guardian. That wouldn't be terrible, I don't think. And then Brace for passive healing. I mean, Sandstorm gives healing. You know what, let's actually run without the Arcanes first, and then develop from there. Let's develop from there. So for now, let's just run with these. See what happens. We want a melee that I am satisfied to have all heat focus, so let's take a Cronon. And, what's going on with this one? So this is... What did Sandstorm use in terms of stat sticking? I don't think it used much, did it? Just looking at the wiki here. Nothing noted about particular bits and pieces. Augment, Elemental Sandstorm. Basically no info. Excellent. Praetos movement speed helps out in Sandstorm. That's not a bad shout, actually. That is not a bad shout. This now needs to adjust? No, that's fine then. We'll just leave as is. And then... so we'll drop that, drop you, go heat, and melee exposure. There it is. Because that'll add corrosive as well. Then we'll have heat corrosive viral combo, which could be interesting. I wonder if it'll consider the arcane. Worth testing. Can you make a stat stick from Exalted Blade? From? No. No. That's not how it works. Somebody say Elemental Sandstorm applies every status of the weapon proportionally and sequentially, not randomly. Proportionally and sequentially? What the hell do you mean by that? I know those two words individually. In this context, that is... nope, it's not working in my head. It's not working. If you have 90% slash and 10% viral, it applies 9 slash and 1 viral. But it doesn't apply 10 procs. proportionally and sequentially, not randomly. As you're saying, just arrived and I see a new button in the rewards. What's the occasion? It depends on what the button is you think you've seen. It's worthy of an occasion. Let me say, in order, so over 10 procs, you will always get 9 slash and 1 viral. Always. Okay. That's interesting. But you say it also takes into account IPs. That's going to be one hell of a thing to verify if that's the case. I've got a 20, 20, 160, 180, 60 setup here, which thankfully is nice and easy numbers. Let's take off the exposure. Let's test that claim real quick. Oh, Esprit, yeah. So, because there's the new orbments, and I've got a whole bunch of them lying around, and standing lying around, I thought, hey, why not? Make it available. Can I show you the Burston build? Sure! Exclamation mark Burston, Deadlock. I've already done a video on it for you. To specifically answer that question, easier than ever.
Where would the sanctuary be without you?
Alright, let's see if I can test this. Because the idea of going sequentially and proportionally just feels so weird of a thing to even code, let alone have happen. Liquid Blind saying I have max Ederic, should I max Maduro or Nairu? I'd say of Nairu next. Oh wait, no. Get Void Strike on Maduro first, then work on a Nairu. That way around. Alright. I'm going to grab a teeny tiny little notepad. Ready for info on testing. Get ourselves an Xmas, that way they shouldn't be thrown around. I'm assuming it'll still hit them. Well, that was interesting. I did something wrong. Apparently. It's equipped. And I have a melee. With procs. Now, Overguard isn't immune to status procs. So what the hell just happened? You think Xmas units need to have mecha set procs on them for it to apply? Why would this one ability require them to have a mecha mark to take status effects? If I do this... Also no status effects. I mean, that didn't really... I just Burston. Burston does status effects. We can see status effects. They do take status effects. Why are they not taking from this? Why does the damage appear to be a bit randomized? I've got immune ability status. Wrong. Lavos. Easy check. Literally did that earlier today. Immune to abilities, he's taking damage. Again, guys, don't guess. Come on, be better than this. Especially those of you irregulars. Don't guess. Okay, let's wipe out the Overguard. That was quick. That was a little bit quicker than I expected. Alright, let's just wait for that to go. And the last proc. There we are. Okay. Now he's taking procs. When it is really awkward to track what procs he's taking. Also, he took Heat, Viral, and Slash there. Didn't take Impact or Puncture, so it is only considering the mods. And I guess the slash is from the ability itself. Smokey saying, if you have an enemy near that has Mecha and it procs onto Xmas, Xmas will get the status, otherwise it doesn't, I don't know why. That's a separate thing entirely. That's literally the Mecha set spreading status effects. That's a completely different thing. You might as well tell me I could have used my gun to proc status on him. It's like, yeah, we know that. That's not relevant. We're looking at the ability. Try without element sandstorm, see if it proc slash. Yeah. Alright, well, fine, fair enough, Smokey. You came to the same conclusion I did, and felt the need to point out details which are irrelevant to come to the same conclusion. Whatever, that's fine. You do you. I'll be over here testing things whilst you do that. Yes, even without elemental, he's taking no slash procs whilst overguarded, which is really, really weird. Because we can get basically any old Warframe that procs status effects. We can grab Wisp. This is going to be a crowd control ability. Oops. A crowd control ability. We know that they are immune to crowd control abilities. Oh look, an electric proc. Wow, what do you know? Just for anyone curious as to if it's maybe a thing about it being abilities. How about we get a Revenant? How about we get a different Revenant? Surely Revenant wouldn't apply a status proc through Overguard. That would be wild, wouldn't it? Oh, look at that, corrosive. Right then, so it's to do with elemental. Oh, look, I searched that now. Elemental sandstorm, or specifically sandstorm itself. Being weird. Quick question: does Tennokai apply to slide heavies now? Then just pass notes. I haven't tried since the most recent patch, so I couldn't say. Because the game might decide to make it work, or might be patched to make it work, but never actually did. Couldn't tell you. Okay. Let's very gently get rid of that little bit of overguard. There we go. Wait for the procs to go. What is the damage composition with stat stick? I'll answer that later. Okay. Lifting time. Apply a bunch of statuses to him. He drops down. Alright. There's a bunch of heat and viral punctures even. Puncture? Hold up. Hold up, Solomid. We need to slap your face. We might need to do that. Alright. Let's see here. We've got 20 puncture out of a total of 440. That is 1 in every 22 procs. 1 in every 22 should be puncture. Okay. Yo, Taioku! Thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Now up on to 4 months there. Thank you very much for continuing support. And hi to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Oh. Cheers. Raw Eclipse for Wisp. They do different things, Deadlock. Choose the one that does the right thing for you. Check the sequence of procs. Yeah, we're trying to check all kinds of things. Oh, that is really hard to follow. 4 punctures ended up on them? Okay, you know what? Back record. We're going through this frame by frame. We're going through this frame by bloody frame. It's the way to do this. Because literally no other way of looking at this is possible. So, let me grab hold of my video editing software. That's just going to take a moment to load up. I'll get this all set up and we'll have a look at this. Did you call it Warframe? Yeah. Alright. Load untitled new project. Grab the recording I just made, which went into that. Okay. Load it in. Let's switch our screen up and have a look at this. What is going on here? Well, it's I think that was. Yeah, that was my voice in there. Alright. So, what happens to you, bro? We see slash, puncture. Slash. Slash. Slash again. Slash again. Is that... Wait, no, that's heat. Yeah, there's definitely heat this time. And then a heat proc. And then a heat proc. And then a heat proc. And then a viral. Now, as he's coming down there, that's something interesting. We know that he didn't start with any procs on him. He had none right at the start of casting his ability. We can see it right there. Nothing on him. He goes up through that little swirl, and then as soon as he comes back into view, he's got 12 viral procs on him, 10 heat procs. We've only applied 1 hit of viral. Or is that... Oh wait, no, that's saying 12 heat, 1 viral, isn't it? Yeah, the number is after... Oh, this is... Put a space in there. Okay, my bad. 12 heat, 10 slash. Yeah. So. 12 heat. Did we have 6 heats? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's only 4. There was 4 instances of heat. And we got 12 procs out of it? That sounds weird. That sounds very weird. Because even with our stated chance of 199%, that doesn't add up. That would give us 1 or 2 procs at a time. And at 199%, almost certainly the full amount. Choksei, natural... Oh, I have Archon Vitality on, do I? Never mind, everything is normal. Okay, cool. Everything is normal on that one. So, that does bring us back to the puncture. Which just lands here, in fact, at that moment. If we go back... What? Ah, yep. So that lands there. So it was 2, so it is coming in there. Okay, cool. Scanning it back. I'm forgetting all the things which are in play here. That's fine. So the viral just got really unlucky and only rolled 1. That was a 1% chance of getting a single viral. That's what actually happened there. Okay. Okay. So what's our sequence then? Because we've come back to puncture, and part of this is Solomon's claim that it is sequential. If so, we get 1 puncture, followed by 3, is that 3 slashes? Yeah, 3 slashes, 4 heat, 1 viral, and then we're back to puncture. On Solomon's claim that it's sequential, that is what happens. But if we have a look at the Praedos, it's got a lot of heat, a lot of slash, but that viral is 3 times the puncture. So why would we be back onto puncture already? That doesn't make sense. And then we have slash. Oh, it's hiding the damage number up here now. Slash, then slash, then slash. Heat. 2, 3. And then the ability runs out. Rather unhelpfully. Which was looking like it was going to line up there. I'll be honest, that was a repeating pattern. But it's not quite proportional. Max number of procs of sequence. Sorry. Bagget Bread saying maybe a max number of procs per sequence weighted. How is that being determined? Portions may be crunched up because of rounding errors. Here's the thing, it doesn't complete 2 entire cycles, nor does it do just a single cycle. We stop halfway through another cycle. Why would it do that? Did I have a modified duration? I did not. So we've got our standard duration for the ability. It goes 1.5 cycles How many procs is that 1.5 then? Where's the cycle on it? Let's go from puncture to puncture. How many procs happen? So we got the puncture, and then it's 1, 2, 3 slash 4 heat, viral, and then we're back to puncture. So it's puncture, 3 slash 4 heat, a viral. 9 procs. Why 9? Why 9? Hey, that's great, old matey patat. Pornography, you, what a fucking name. Okay, whatever. For your information on the playlist, it's not a command because it's basically just running through Windows Media Player, and that is Streamies you're listening to. I'll let you Google it. Why 9 procs? If it's gonna loop, why is it doing specifically 9 procs and then looping? No, you didn't, Buster. You heard something else because their name is spelled differently, and that's why. That's this game tick thing. Since it hits a few slashes before it's the puncture. I mean, yeah. Those slashes don't belong in the sequence, because otherwise that breaks the whole potential repeat. Alright. Let's repeat this and see what happens on a second spin. And for good measure, wait for him to stand up. And then we do it again. Alright, having done those, what did we actually just witness? That is the question. Let's find an answer. What did we just witness? To go slash, slash. Where's my status proc? I have 199% status chance. Where's my proc? I'm trying to understand this game. And this, I just, why? And then yeah, it went off the screen. But we could see turning around to it, slash, 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 heat, 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 viral. Did the puncture procs just stop? Because that other one, I think, should have been the puncture proc if we again go with the whole sequential thing. The puncture just didn't happen. And then it drops him. Okay, and then we waited for him to get up. And then we did the process again. He's got no procs on him. Slash, slash. So anyway, kind of losing my mind on this one. I'm going to go slash, 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 heat, 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 viral. And now it punctures? Why now? Why now? Why is the puncture just deciding to not exist sometimes? Ah, whatever. Hold up, what was that? Yep, slash, slash. And we're onto our heats again. It runs through a little bit and then drops him down. Okay, so it's running, bar for punctures being stupid, it's running the same series. so let's run this with duration ramped up. Let's amp that. Does it actually not proc, or is it a display only issue? If it doesn't show, it doesn't show. It's not there. That's something I'm going to have to take on faith, because looking at the enemy when it comes down, to get the proc status of it and know that the actual proc status is, well, its own thing. I mean, we can have a look. If we've even got it in the recording. Yeah, only 2 procs on it at the time, so most likely is as surmised. It's red text! Red text, get your red text emotes, red text! Roll up, roll up! Red text time! Alright. Shit, Ken's testing things. Quick! Change everything! I'll lock down the enemy with instead. See the procs? Maybe. Not sure. Might interfere with the ability to hit it with procs again as well. So. Kids say it really hurts that you have to frame record to figure this out. D should allow viewing a script log. That would be nice, honestly. That would be nice. But instead I have to go frame by frame. Okay, so we've returned the status damage increase on page flight. Cool, we'll see the values. We've also made it so that Vex Armor, Rage, and Hunter Adrenaline can work while Overguard gained from allies is active. Zom, you're reading Overguard from allies. You got to remember what we've already learned from DE is that when they say something, it doesn't mean literally what they've said. This is just a fact about DE. If they say something happens next week, they might actually mean the next time you do this activity, which can be done on a approximately weekly basis. So, likewise here, when they say from allies, that bit might actually be incorrect, and it just might mean can work whilst your Overguard is active. Or it might mean only if you gained Overguard from an external source. But that needs to be checked. So if impact just cannot proc on this, well, that's wild. That is wild. What else? We've got improvements to line of sight checks on some Warframe abilities, including Dark Verse, Hildren's Pillage, Coral Whipclaw, and more. Overall, LOS checks on these abilities should be much more forgiving when detecting visible parts of enemies. Pillage is getting a buff, guys. That's what that says. Pillage is getting a buff. Shoshin, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel proper, and enjoy your lovely blue badge and all the bits and pieces to go along with that as well. Cheers. Oh. Cheers indeed. Neja's Divine Spears now have a set base radius of 14 meters with Divine Retribution, instead of the previous 50% range reduction. This new base radius is scalable with ability range. Okay, whilst I'm here, I'm going to check what that means. Base radius 19 meters, they brought it down to 14. Okay. So that is about 26% down. Alright. Okay. Does Pillage buff mean Jaya gets strong with the Subsume? It means anything that uses Pillage is going to have an easier time LOS. If that's your Jaya, then yes. If not, then no. Alright. 25 million nuke was already really strong. Yeah, we'll see what we get. Hotfix deploying! Please stay in your mission! But what if I wanted to leave the simulacrum? Nah, we'll just stay here for a moment. Okay, whilst we're here, I guess I can continue fiddling with this lot. We've got Praedos at the moment. So if I... let's see here. Yeah, so if I take these viral mods and up-rank them, what happens now? I'm testing during a hotfix being deployed. This might be the silliest thing one can end up doing, but here we are anyway. Okay, cool. That happened. Take the recording. Let's see what happened there. Let's see what actually transpired. So we have our opening slash procs that we've had before, and we've got our puncture. Then we got 1, 2, 3 slashes again. Then we got heat, heat, heat. 4 heats again. And now we got 2 virals. 3 virals. 4 virals. 5 virals. And then it's onto that puncture. Followed by slash. Slash. And then he drops. Interesting. So we've ended up with more procs in our chain. The chain has lasted longer. That's weird. So if I unmod the whole thing, will we just get a shorter chain and see lots more puncture? If I go pop, pop, pop. Actually, let's keep... No, let's keep none of it. Yeah, yeah. Go with this. Probably wants to test it more than once. Chipongo, welcome into the stream. You've clearly joined in the last like 5 minutes or so. We've already been testing a bunch of bits and pieces around this. Well, that was a interesting appearance. Also increased stage chance of melee. Maybe that helps. It shouldn't. It really, really shouldn't, because the ability has a status chance. Alright. I go slash, slash, puncture. Slash, 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 puncture. Slash, 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 nothing. Slash, 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 nothing. Slash, 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 end. Definitely a shorter circuit there. Definitely a shorter circuit. Okay. So if I put on a puncture mod... Let's go that, and let's go double puncture mod. No one needs this amount of puncture, but it's giving me something to test with. Oh, Zom, stop reading Reddit. Stop going to Discords that upset you. You keep doing this to yourself, Zom. Stop doing it. Sorry, can you scroll back to the red text? You can rewind in the stream to the red text. Alright. Recording. Go. Yeah, we'll get the update in just a sec. I'm getting science. We're in science. Okay, don't move that screen. Okay, so we got our initial slashes again. 1, 2 of those. Puncture, puncture. Slash, slash, slash. Puncture, puncture. Slash, slash, slash. Puncture, puncture. Slash, slash, slash. So that was on a 5 proc cycle. That was on a 5 proc cycle. What was it on this one? Puncture, slash, slash. Puncture, slash. Oh, that wasn't right. Puncture, and then 1, 2, 3. Puncture, 1, 2, 3. Something 1, 2, 3. Something 1, 2, 3. And then it runs out, which is a 4 proc cycle. So despite not increasing the status chance, only increasing the puncture weighting, this did lead to an increase in the length of the chain. This is getting weirder. This is getting weirder. Alright, let's update Warframe, so I'm gonna need to dip out of here. Yeah. Yes, I'll be logged out. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, let's switch this to an intermission for a moment. Just while I close up, update, go over that process. Solomon is saying, I think I know what it is. It counts how much of damage of each type the melee base attack has, and when it crosses the threshold, it counts for a proc. Maybe? Maybe? I feel like we want the full answer to this rather than trying to get partial bits of these details. SB wanting us to switch to some synth. I'm happy with that. Let's do that. We are. I don't know why D felt the need to reinvent stage chance for this, though. You're very right, Hepsagon. Why did this need to happen? Does the proc chain increase if you increase pure damage, like with pressure point? That's a good question. Not sure on the answer. I'll have to look into that and all the other bits. This is getting very weird. This is getting very weird. Is that how it's worked since it was added to SD from that era? Updates has happened? Yeah. I'm just installing the hotfixes. It's in now. So let's have a look at the patch notes. Where are the patch notes hiding? Update notes. Hotfix 6 minutes ago. Why does it sign me out when I open up the hotfix thread? Remember me, sign me in, so we can have the dark mode, so the people on stream don't complain. Come on now. Now go back to the page I was on. A forum that sends you to the front of the forum when you sign in is so old school. D+. Okay, here we are. Let's have a look what actually happened here. Today's hotfix continues last week's efforts to address community feedback since the changes made in hotfix 33.5.3. More specifically, we have adjusted Dante's Dark Verse, Pageflight, and Tragedy. There's just Divine Retribution Augment and Archetytron's Slam Capacity buff with player sentiment in mind. We have also made quality of life changes to Overguard and line of sight LOS checks on other Warframes based on feedback sparked by Dante's balance changes. Full details listed below. There have been a considerable amount of change in a small amount of time, much of which could have arguably received some more careful consideration prior to release. Balance changes are only ever done with the best of intentions for the overall health of the game, but we have to recognise when we've overstepped. The combined changes from last Friday's and today's hotfix acknowledge that and are intended to rectify and course correct. They are apologising hard. They were running damage control with the announcements about LOS. They were jumping on the details as to, no, we'll be bringing things back up, we'll sort this out. Here's a preview of changes we're going to be doing, and then these changes. They really recognise a mess up here. Yeah. Alright. Hands-on hater internet. So let's have a look then. Dark Verse. Made Dark Verse line of sight checks more reliable to bring it in line with Tragedy. Wait, what? Following the improvements to Tragedy's line of sight last week, we've applied the same logic to Dark Verse to ensure enemies within LOS are properly considered to prevent cases where being only partially visible would not trigger the check. This is part of greater LOS improvements detailed in the line of sight. Okay. What? What's the link here? Sorry, fill me in. Ah, okay. I was expecting a forum post. Sorry about that, everyone, but we're just going to have to read that. Improved Tragedy's line of sight checks per enemies to be much more forgiving. Right, yeah, they did do the breakdown earlier, yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys, but yeah. So, timeline. There was no issues with Tragedy in the first place because it had no LOS check at all. Then they made it terrible LOS check on Tragedy because it used a different tech to Dark Verse, and I don't know why. Then they changed Tragedy to use a better LOS, and they overhauled the LOS system. Again, it's using a different one to Dark Verse, and I don't know why. And now Darkverse uses the new LOS checking. It sounds too ridiculous to me, but we've ended up hopefully in the correct place. Hopefully in the correct place. How different LOS checks were being implemented in the first place, I don't know. How they were so different, I don't know. How we've managed to leapfrog through 3 different types of LOS check in a week, I don't know. But hopefully that sorted it. So I'll say Darkverse LOS was very broken, went through walls constantly. Which, I don't know how many people complain about that. But anyway, Pixel Flight, return the status damage increase. Max rank, the status damage increase is 50%. Scales ability strength. Okay, so it has come back exactly as it was before. That is good. That is good. We're back to Quartic scaling, guys. We're back to Quartic. Alright. And then Tragedy, because of the return of Pixel Flight status damage increase, we've added a 1 billion damage cap to Tragedy, purely as a preventative measure against game errors. This is our highest damage cap in the game, a testament to how powerful Page Flight and Tragedy can be with the right setup. We'll monitor feedback and performance over a long time span before reviewing again. Honestly, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Oh no, I won't see 1.5 billion damage on this dead enemy. That's fine. That is fine. Gina say, I personally don't know why DE loves LOS so much. Balance. Straight up. That's balance. It requires you to position yourself rather than just being a walking sphere of action. It's a balance factor. Will combat discipline work again? Why have Dante's armor on? Don't know, me puppets. I'm still reading the patch notes. You can do the same thing. Or give us a sec. Updated Overguard interactions with X-Armor, Rage, and Hunter Adrenaline. As announced last week, we've changed how Overguard interacts with effects that benefit from receiving damage on Warframe to make it more co-op friendly. Specifically, Chromas of X-Armor and Rage and Hunter Adrenaline. The conversations around these... the conversation regarding these became a driving factor to look at these interactions and find ways in which we can make them work with co-op. Overall, the changes aim to create harmonious arrangements between the often unpredictable gains. Yep. Cool. A lot of words to say. We want to make it where they work together. Got it. First time I clicked on the stream, now I'm gone. Excellent. Alright then. Thanks, mate. Have a good one. Bye-bye. I'll keep reading through the patch notes you were asking me about as I'm clearly reading them. Honestly, some people. Chromas of X-Armor. Previously, Overguard would prevent Chroma from benefiting from X-Armor buffs since it blocked damage on health and shields. We know this. Make the following changes. Now melee kills grant armor, range kills grant weapon damage. Double to 30% for ranged weak point kills. Interesting. When they say weak points, they mean headshots, right? Right? Right. We'll look into that at some point in the next 5 months. This has the additional perk of self-sufficiency where players have far more control over the buffs instead of relying on the unpredictability of damage dealt by enemies, which that's a good thing. A lot of people have been saying this is a positive thing to have, so this sounds good. Yeah, good things. I hope that's the case, but again, D can use one term and mean another. So we'll find out. We'll have to just find out. Rage and Hunter Adrenaline. Previously Overguard got in the way. Now, they convert the damage on Overguard granted by allies to energy while shields are inactive. Do you get channel points for gifting bits? I think the first time in a month that you give 100 plus bits, yes, Airsoft. I would say double check the Twitch bits page for the exact values on that. So, more specifically, they'll trigger when the last source of Overguard originates from an ally, includes spawn allies such as Spectres. This allowed shieldless Warframes such as Inaris and Nidus to be able to regenerate energy via these mods when they would have previously been blocked by Overguard granted by allies. They're very specific about last source of Overguard is from an ally. Okay. Note, Warframes that grant themselves Overguard, like Kaleva or Rhino, will not be able to trigger Rage and Hunter Adrenaline from their own Overguard. Only Overguard granted by allies is eligible because this is the only interaction that is potentially disruptive to your build. I.e., your ally puts Overguard onto your Rage build, Nidus. Also, Frost now gives Overguard to non-player allies. So, what about all the shielded Warframes? What about literally every single shielded Warframe? We have 56 Warframes in the game, okay? Some of them don't have don't have shields. So, Kalevo doesn't have shields, Nidus doesn't have shields, and Inarus doesn't have shields. Fair enough. So if those three don't give themselves Overguard, someone else does it for them, they can gain energy through these mods. But for everyone else, they get told no. Because if you have any amount of Overguard that you are concerned about as a player, then it's enough to allow your shields to regenerate. I haven't seen you say, if you got shields up, you're not making Rage, Hunter Adrenaline work anyway. That's the point though. If you have so little Overguard that you're then going to go back into damage to your shields, no one complained about that amount of Overguard. You weren't constantly gaining, actually I suppose with Dante you were, but in most cases you weren't constantly gaining a little bit of Overguard. Dante changed that, and that is perhaps more of a consideration. But any amount of that is going to allow your shields time to begin to recover, at which point you're not going to get the benefit, because you'll have Overguard and shields. Psyonix 2? Kind of more in burst, but I get where you're coming from, yeah. Why would you want those mods on frames with shields? Because their shields will run out. I'm not sure how this is a confusion point, I'll be quite honest. A sticking point. Let me make this very clear. I'm going to get a fucking notepad out. It's going to help you out. Let's grab a notepad. This is how it worked. So, before Overguard shenanigans, and I want to use a different word there, but I'm trying to dial it back. You would have a lot of health and little shields. Take little shield damage. Could be like 300 damage. Boom, your shields are gone. Then take health damage. Get energy. Now, gain, say, 1000 Overguard. Takes now 1300 damage to lose shields. If you only take 300, you then have 700 Overguard and 300 shields. No energy! You know what's even crazier on that? If you had, at that point, 0 shields, then you gain the 1000 Overguard, then you take 300 damage, you'll have 700 Overguard, and your shields, for God's sake, shields have time to restore. You see the problem? So as much as shield gating does get in the way, as much as shields do get in the way of regenerating energy on health using Hunter Adrenaline and Rage, Overguard, which also has a gate, which the community demanded, takes that yet further. And I'm not suggesting this damage loss instantly. None of this is taking into account gates for the point of just getting to the point of people understanding that Overguard preventing shields being lost means shields will be restored, which means the mod won't work, which means that for, 51 Warframes? This misses the mark. Out of 56 Warframes, 2 of them don't care. That is Hildren and Lavos. If you need that explaining to you, you aren't qualified to be part of this conversation. Sit back and let those who do know explain. For 3 of them, they don't have shields, but they also mustn't give themselves overguard, Kalervo. And then for 51 of them, if it's enough overguard to get in the way, get screwed. That's what it comes down to. And I do think that just misses the mark. So I'm saying, how many of them are going to use Rage, though? Oh, fewer. But now even fewer. Or rather, D has left open the negative interaction that they say they were trying to avoid. If they say on one hand, hey, we want to stop it getting in the way. We want to make it work to benefit co-op play, and then the change fails to address that for 51 out of 56 Warframes. Does that really sound like they have found the solution? They have found the solution that works specifically and only for Inaros and Nidus, and can also circumstantially work for Kalervo if Kalervo doesn't generate his own overguard. That's it. 2.5 Warframes benefit, 51 don't. Chronica say, I really feel like just adding an item that stops health damage, that's also stops incoming overguard, would have been better than this. Maybe. What was my suggestion? I had a suggestion on this. Let me see. What suggestion did I put on this? From me. Oh, I can't do that search in this Discord for some reason. Scroll up to when Ken sent a thing in a place. So I can read my own message, it's just my own writing. How long ago was this? I didn't think it was that long ago. Oh, Discord search is an absolute pain in the ass. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment on this. This is one area where forums were better. There it is. Okay. My suggestion was make Hunter Adrenaline take the change as described in the post, which is what we've got. But then make the Rage mod instead have the secondary effect of preventing the user gaining overguard. I go on to say this gives the mods 2 different places. One keeping overguard and demanding a way to lose shields, the other declining the overguard for the pre-overguard experience. Because currently, Rage is just a worse Hunter Adrenaline. It costs more, does less. Oh, does it cost more? I can't remember if it costs more, I'll be honest, but it's a worse Hunter Adrenaline. 45% versus 40. My suggestion gave them 2 different functions, which then meant all 56 Warframes, well, 54 that could use them, get the value. Rage is cheaper, my bad. So Rage slots slightly cheaper. Hunter Adrenaline gives you a better effect. That's the trade-off you get. There was an opportunity there. A genuine opportunity, in my opinion, to make it where these 2 mods were different. And it didn't happen. I feel like that was really missed. Happy to say I get the mechanics of it, facetious notepad explanation notwithstanding. Well, people weren't getting it when I was saying it, so I had to outline it in visual format as well. Should probably worded my statement better. Maybe it's just because it's late, but I don't see we'd ever want those mods on frames of shields anyway. If they become niche for shieldless frames, so be it. Because there are frames that can have a small amount of shields, and those shields just evaporate under even the slightest amount of damage. Let's put it this way, Haptic Simeon. Let's put it this way. A very simple example is actually very easy to bring up on this stream that doesn't require me to use a frame with energy to prove it. Lavos. I use Lavos all the time. Now, Lavos has shields. Shields get in the way of generating energy from these mods. Ignore the fact Lavos doesn't need energy. Stick to that. Lavos has shields. Now, if those shields will get in the way, entirely of generating energy from Rage and Hunter Adrenaline, why the hell do I put armor mods on my Lavos? What use would armor mods be on my Lavos that I have so thoroughly researched if the shields were preventing me from taking health damage? When you think about it that way, hopefully now it's going to become clear that a Warframe can have shields, whatever amount of shield hit points, and still design their build to rely on taking health damage. The two can happen. Having shields is not immortality. But this still misses the mark. It just misses it. Is the long and short of it. It's helped out 2.5 Warframes, and ignore the other 51. That's going to say Lavos is in a relatively unique position where health tanking is viable. A lot of frames do not have similar armor. Oh yeah, true. And then a lot of frames do. And then also I have a health tanking Banshee. Point is, Death Sculler, this still is not the... I'm going in a goddamn circle here. It's as if someone hears, oh, health tanking, and then imagines just taking Gyre, putting this mod on, and going, Ken, I put Rage onto my shield tanking Gyre and it's not helping. Why are you arguing in Gyre's favour? Oh my god. Is that the only thing you can think of? That either Inaros level tank exists, or why would you ever use Rage? There is somehow no in between? Is this really how some people here are thinking? Because if so, I genuinely am concerned for your ability to see the wood for the trees. That is impressive if that is the level that you can get this to. As I'm saying, even on health tanks, I take Equilibrium over 100 Adrenaline every day of the week. Well, yeah, Zom, that is another way of running it. That does require you to have a source of health orbs, which other people do not wish to use on their setup. You do specifically use more than just Equilibrium, Zom. And it's a valid approach, it's a different approach. If you want to just ignore that these mods exist, cool, but it doesn't weigh into the situation. Which is, again, focused on this, where it misses the mark. I'm really trying to reel this in to stay on this point. It's funny to see how stressed you get because of the simple fact that people don't know how to read. Well, I mean the bombs. I could instead just start ignoring everyone in the chat who acts like they know something I don't. But the problem is, then I'm becoming a holier-than-thou arsehole for ignoring people because I think I know better than them, rather than taking their point, running with it, proving why it's wrong, bouncing it back to then go, right, so what the fuck was your point in the first place? I drag people through it to try and make sure that I'm not missing some detail. Unfortunately, I would say a good 80 to 90% of the comments put on Reddit, Twitter, and in this Twitch chat about mechanics are bullshit. 80 to 90% of them. Bork, cheers. And that is really my two options. I can either address the comments here in the Twitch chat, or I can ignore them. There's not a middle ground. And it is frustrating dealing with the same, but I have shields, so Rage is never going to activate. If you think that, just shut up, please. You actually don't know anything. Reddit comments are wild. Some of them can be nice, but 80% of them are bullshit. The other 10% are gold. The other 10% is necessary, yeah. In my opinion, was all this LOS work necessary? It's been a wonky way of getting there, but yes. Because there shouldn't have been multiple different ways of doing LOS checks. LOS should be a single way of checking. If you have multiple means of doing LOS, something's gone wrong. So that should, and has, seemingly, apparently, hopefully, been addressed. I really hope they make sure to implement a single LOS check globally. And then it is important to make sure that it is a sensible check.
Back with new tea.
Hey, Mirai, welcome back, and thank you very much for the 100 bits there. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Alright, you take care, Ladybug. It says there are now 2 variations LOS checks. I mean, there were more than 2 in the first place. There was the check that we had on Tragedy on the initial nerf, then what it got changed into, and then there was also what Darkverse had until it got changed into what Tragedy now has. Go figure. Just go figure. Did it make Dante better? I mean, he was great on release and has remained pretty great, yeah. Let's go with that. Alright, what else has actually happened here? So yeah, LOS changes. There's more info on that actually, so let's keep reading. My headphones feel the same way as me. I'm sorry, did I... After that whole spiel of this is better to make things... There are now... No, wait. No, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. I know where this is going, I remember now. The first check sees if any part of the enemy is on the screen. The second check is for enemies that are not on the screen. That's fine. It's all part of the same LOS check. There are 2 things happening at the same time. This is fine. This is fine. So, if any part of the enemy is on your screen, it is within LOS. And then, if the enemy is not on your screen, they will still check their head, torso and feet to see if you could see part of them if you turned your camera. The reason being on that is going to come down to programming. Tai, cheers. Haptic, thank you for coming around on that. So the reason for this is going to be something to do with programming, basically, because it is somewhat easy to check if a character model is being rendered, because you're already spending the time rendering. If they're on screen, it's something being rendered, the computer knows what it's rendering, you can get in there with your LOS check calculations and go, yep, there it is, we're seeing something. Whereas it is expensive from a programming perspective, and again, this is on the edge of layman understanding for myself, I'll be honest. My understanding is that casting out everywhere to check in every direction all at once is just hideously expensive. So that is where LOS Check 2 comes in. This is instead only 3 lines per enemy, rather than every possible line in every possible direction every single time. So that's why they've done it like this. This is, for programming purposes, to reduce lag, basically. To make the whole thing run faster. So for anyone curious as to why it's broken down that way, that's my understanding of it. The computer already knows the answer to 1. And the answer to 2 is to just be less laggy. And if that doesn't work for you, well, turn your camera. For abilities that hit enemies in a full circle around you, both are used. Yeah. Following abilities have had these improved. So, Radial Blind, Radial Howl, Darkverse, Signaling Pulse, Pillage, Pull, Null Starment, Aegis Storm, Whipclaw, Cheering Capilla, all of that. Alright. Also, Raycast checks from top and centre pillar. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, top and centre pillar, but doesn't check from bottom. So, bit of a contrived scenario, but if there was, say an upward ramp, a doorway or hang, whatever, and then the pillar set back from the ramp. Drawing from the bottom of the pillar, you might be able to see it through the doorway, but the middle of the pillar wouldn't be visible, top of the pillar wouldn't be visible through the doorway. In that circumstance, the pillar wouldn't hit. But that is really stretching it. Tiny bit confused, does it mean it's a buff to have higher FOV? Probably yes, Bombs. Yeah, probably yes. The above changes also tangentially fix the low FOV, preventing LOS checks from occurring. So yeah, that mention of low FOV, God knows what they were doing before. Was their cone only rendered stuff, not using the second check? Maybe. But high FOV does sound like it'll lead into this giving more reliable checks. This should still hit the vast majority of enemies which are in your true LOS, but this will give you a little bit more. Seems like really bad game design, FOV dictates your DPS. That would matter far more if the LOS wasn't still generous on check 2. So what you would need, Bombs, for your higher FOV to matter is for you to not be able to see the enemy's head, nor the torso, wherever it's measured to, probably center of mass, nor their feet, but you can see like their elbow or shoulder. Only in that circumstance would the higher FOV hit more enemies. That's not going to be a rare circumstance. They'll happen somewhat frequently, but it won't be a lot of enemies that it happens somewhat frequently to. Check 2 helps us a bit. It does, yeah. The way some other games handle this, I'll refer to Minecraft. That one I have a vague recollection of the way Minecraft does it. When it does a TNT explosion or end crystal explosion, some kind of bomb, it will draw lines from that bomb to a number of points on the box that is whatever's being targeted, be it another block, be it a player, something like that. It draws a number of lines. And when it draws those lines, how many lines hit that box determines how much damage it takes from the TNT explosion. There are various ways of handling LOS in various games. That is one of them. Even Dungeons & Dragons uses LOS. And it'll have checks such as, I have the book where it literally says, one of the ways you can do checks is choose a corner on your square and then draw lines to the 4 corners of the square you're targeting, and the number of them which are intersected by cover determines how much cover there is. These things happen. Doesn't Minecraft use axis-aligned boundaries? I don't know enough about technical terminology to answer that question, sorry. I'm still a layman. I can't answer that one for you. But suffice to say, FOV, yes, raising it will mean you'll hit more things more reliably. But secondly, don't worry about it too much. Your positioning as a player in-game matters far more. Because at the end of the day, if you're behind a pillar, if you're around a corner from the majority of your targets, you're going to suck. High FOV is not going to fix that. Get in position. Can I say Minecraft's also fun because block hardness also determines damage dealt, so it's pretty unpredictable. Actually, it's completely predictable. It's just more information to process. But yeah. It is so predictable that Redstone engineers, the like of Doc M77 and his Hivemind, use those exact values to create some omega contraptions. Trust me, it is predictable. It's just complicated. Okay, let's see. Following Warframe abilities will be receiving the same treatment in a future update, since they require a cert update. Curious why some do and some don't. In order to launch across all platforms, that's Fireblast, Rotoswell, Tesla Bank. Oh, okay, that's some other functions they're fixing as well. Zephyr's Tailwind, cool. Fair enough, that's fine. Yeah, Twitch do be like that, Tom. We can't fix that. Twitch do be like that. Never's Divine Retribution change, as we saw in the red text, they are removing the 50% range nerf. It's now going to be 14 meter base radius down from 19, which is a 24.3% range nerf rather than 50%. And if we square that, that means an area nerf of about 45%, 46%. As opposed to previously the area nerf of 75%. So that is an improvement.
Very informative 9 months and many to come hopefully.
Many to come, hopefully, indeed. Alth Westbear, thank you very much for resubscribing there at 9 months to your channel. Cheers indeed with that. Hmm. Cheers indeed. Oh, one sec, guys. My cat's just come in and open the door and let it get all the warm air. Cat, it's cold and wet outside. You're letting out all the bloody nice air. Oh. You want to go? Did you come in just to open my door and ruin... You came in just to open my door and ruin my day. Yep. Can we see the cat? Sorry, no. She does not like being on camera. Last time I tried to get her on camera, she scratched me. She does not like being on camera. And now she's opening the door again. Go somewhere else. You don't even want to be in here. I literally stood up and you left the room. What? Okay. The door downstairs is probably pulled all the way shut and she's annoyed at that, so... Is that what you want? You want the door? I'm gonna go deal with this so she doesn't annoy me or constantly jump all over the place. Sorry guys, I'm back in a moment. Cat problems. Come on you. What? Now you're just gonna sit there. There we are, come on. But there's 500 people waiting for you to make up your mind. Cats. All she wanted was to go in the room downstairs. But also be apparently as annoying as possible about it. Okay, where were we? Architecture, slam capacity changes. Basically, outlier after slam attacks. They made a change, but then they underpowered it. Reduce max charges from 10 to 5. Makes it easier to get the max. Increase the slam damage per charge. Yep. Increase the slam range increase per charge. Same as before though. And fix the guaranteed electric status proc to slam attack not occurring. Okay, so they, after the nerf, gave it 25% more max damage, faster to charge, same range, and electric proc. Okay. As I'll say, it was still broken, especially with influence, because it was giving infinite charges. Okay. I don't know if I have an Archititron to test that with. We'll have a look at some point. I'll have a look. Deep Archimedia fixes. Void Angel scaling. For people, yep. Fix the learning reward points from matching loadout after swapping off the options during the mission vote countdown timer. Who pulled that one off? You cheesy... You actually cheesy people pulling that one off. I mean, it's clever. That does feel like the kind of thing that D should have caught. Can someone change their loadout whilst the mission timer starts? Don't do the check when they hit begin mission. Do the check when they actually begin the mission, DE. Which now they do. Ah, dear. Fixed to be able to awaken multiple Void Angels at once after multiple teammates have fallen and need to be revived. Didn't know that was a problem. Who goes down? Let's see. Yo!
The Canadian Esprit.
Penguin, thank you very much for resubscribing here at 7 months of that support. Penguin, thank you very much for that, and I hope you're doing well on the far side of the planet. Cheers indeed. Alright, fixed clients being unable to see the alchemical invulnerability. Oh, so it was a client issue. Fixed being unable to complete DEA missions due to Stalker spawning in. This was due to Stalker spawning on the other side of locked doors. Wow. Stalker. Wow. We disabled Stalker spawning in, including the beacon, to prevent this. Makes sense. Fixed errors, typo, and just text. General fixes. Fixed players being unable to matchmake for Omnia Fissures. Oh, that's weird. How did that even happen? I feel like it's something that's, you know, kind of their entire point that they matchmake, but okay. Fixed possibility of distress pipes in alchemy missions spawning under the floor. Oops. Yeah, that's not helpful. What about other field bosses? Other field bosses shouldn't be in general anyway, and they shouldn't lock the doors. Because that's the thing is that Stalker locks the doors, the others I don't think lock them. Wonderland, cheers. Cheers indeed. Let's see then. Fixed arcanes not triggering whilst riding Marolina. Marolina broke something again. What's new? Fixed being unable to trade mods in the dojo immediately after ranking them up. That's weird. Actigara shot problems, loss of function after Raffle advance whilst dual wielding a secondary weapon and a glaive. Secondary glaive interaction really breaks all the time as well, doesn't it? Onos Evolution 5 not unlocking what it did for me. Fixed destroyed murmur sarcophages, not always counting. Lock surges, hard to stay mouse quest, progress issue. Fixed that rush strike infused onto another Warframe, not having any visible projectiles. Weird, but okay. Hall of Mirror Clones becoming opaque, yep. Fixed be able to have more than 4 players in a Railjack mission. I mean, that's somewhere they could have, you know, made it interesting. Imagine if you could have an 8-man Railjack mission. No, I'm just imagining that many PlayStation 4s trying to load it at once. Let's not have an 8-man Railjack mission. Let's not do that. Fixed Warframe cycle abilities, missing stats. Yep. UI backtracking, blah blah blah. Glass material on Lavis's vials and helmets being too bright in GR lighting areas. Fair enough. I think I noticed that, yeah. Fixed a crash, Chains of Harrow, skins. And I think, honestly, that's probably going to be the lot of it that matters. Yeah. That's a lot of it that matters. Okay. 8-man mobile railjack. Yeah, not good. So, Dante changes. Dark Verse, cool. Page Flight, double cool. Tragedy, 1 billion damage cap. Purely a prevent the game crashing thing. That's all fine. Vex Armor, good buff. Rage 100 Adrenaline, misses the mark. Just straight up misses the mark as far as I'm concerned. Frost, slight buff, nice. Line of sight improvements, sounds good, and a nice broad application to it. Measure, nerf, unnerf, good news. Archititron, seems decent, needs checking, especially on the electric status. And then it's fixes. Okay. Alright. We can make fun of anyone who complains about the damage cap on Tragedy, right? Only once you verify that they understand what 1 billion damage is. Get them first to confirm that they understand that 1 billion true damage, because, you know, slash, 1 billion true damage. Make sure you get them to verify that first. And if they confirm they understand just how much damage that is, then yeah, absolutely, insult the fuck out of them. Someone turns around after that and goes, "Oh, but it's still not enough damage." Shut up. Where's that Grenadier health scaling graph? On my level scaling video. And on my Patreon. I think it's on the Patreon. Probably on the Patreon. If it's not, I'll put it on there. Even 100,000 true damage is overkill? No. No, it isn't, Gorilla, no. So, if I go Heavy Gunner, just a normal Heavy Gunner on the wiki, and I make it level 500, Clone Flesh 71,000, but level 5,000, so we're halfway to level cap, Clone Flesh 228,000. So yeah, even a basic Heavy Gunner, it does reach the point of having well more than 100,000 hit points. I know that might sound a bit ridiculous. Oh, you've gone to level 5,000, but the point is those numbers do exist. But 1 billion, 1 billion will kill. Even the effective hit points of a level 5,000 Steel Path Heavy Gunner is not even 1 billion. It's just over 500 million. Yeah. So we already did 7th digit. Alright, yeah. A million true damage will pretty much kill. Yeah. 1 million true damage will pretty much kill. The only things that'll survive that have damage attenuation, and then they're just lying. Can I explain in a quick summary why Rage 100 Gel misses the mark? Because it's meant to make it where Overguard doesn't get in the way of the various Warframes out there that want to use it, being able to use it. The problem is the change requires that your shields be 0 in order for it to work. But for 51 Warframes that can gain energy, they also have shields which will regenerate whilst they have Overguard, which just gets in the way of it. The mark that they missed is that they could have made it where one of those mods also disabled gaining Overguard. And that single detail would allow someone to choose, do I want to gain defense from my allies, or do I want to guarantee energy income? That's it. That's the choice. Did they revert the Dante nerf in the hotfix? No, Dante's Tragedy and Darkverse still have line of sight checks on them. They've made those line of sight checks work correctly. It's a horrible choice. Why would you ever take that? Well, the choice between a modified Rage or 100 Adrenalines, we got it. Because some people have sufficient tank. They don't need someone else to give them more tank. But they do need energy. That's the choice. If you're up against, say, the 60 Eyes boss, and someone's handing you all the Overguard in the world, you say, thank you, Mr. Steinax. Yes, I needed that. Thank you for keeping me alive. I appreciate you. But if you're in a normal Steel Path mission where your health tank is just fine, then you don't need the Overguard. So it is objectively getting away. That's where the choice comes in. Specifically, that's where the choice comes in. I'm going to say also Kalevo can't get better energy economy, which is annoying. Yeah, ironically, Kalevo can get the economy if someone else overguards him, not if he overguards himself. Which is weird. What about a way to disable shields, like a Dragon Key type device? So there is a way to do that, and you're not going to like it. There is a way to straight up disable your shields. You ready? Because I've forgotten the name of it. There it is. Parasitic Armor. Sacrifice shields, reinforce armor. If you subsume this ability, which means you have to use a subsume slot and you have to have this particular ability, if you do that, then your shield's gone even whilst you have Overguard. That's your solution. The solution to what if my teammate wants to give me Overguard when I don't want Overguard is to throw away your subsume. At that point, use Nourish for energy. At that point, yeah, you might as well just take a different route to energy, yes. Whatever your route be, a different one. So, yeah. Can I show you Wisp fashion? Looking for good fashion? You've come to me for fashion? Oh dear, you are desperate. This is the Wisp I was using for a long time. Yep. Very tasteful. And that is default Wisp. And that is the Wisp I never use. Very not quite so tasteful. Take your pick, really. Oh, and I don't think this is doing her enough justice, so we'll just let her vibe for a moment. We'll just let her vibe. Give it a sec. It is, of course, that particular one. Yeah. There you are. So you can take Wisp different directions. Why'd I clad her in black leather? Because this skin basically called for it. Which of Korra's animations is that? Those are the Korra Deluxe. That was the Korra Deluxe one. That is the Wisp that doesn't make it into videos. She's not allowed. Tuesday, you act like your fashion isn't that good. 90% of the people in the game are like, look at my sick fashion, genuinely make me vomit. I mean, yeah, a lot of the fashions I see out there are just, how many attachments can I claw on? You just get this bundle of just bright moving parts. I can't see this. Part with a weird question on the wiki. Jack attack slam damage is reported as 1000. Mine in game it's 100. Can you check to see if it might be a bug on my game? I cannot check, sorry. I mean, I can click here. Slam attack 400? Is that what you were looking for? Because you said neither of those numbers. So, I would suggest you maybe have a look as to what modding may be going on. And if maybe the wiki could possibly be out of date because there were changes as well. Tries to make levels look good, it's so hard for you. I think it looks fine. Yep. Do I have an Ash build that doesn't take ages to kill people with Bladestorm? No. It takes ages to kill people with Bladestorm. That's how it works. It can one-shot them with the right setup. You can absolutely one-shot with Bladestorm, but you can only one-shot a couple enemies at a time. And then the next couple, and then the next couple. So the only thing you can do to get around that is make sure that your melee has modded attack speed of plus 50% or more. So like if you're using Prime Fury for 55%, or if you're using normal Fury, don't use Berserker Fury, I don't think that works, but normal Fury, Prime Fury, Quickening, something like that. Also, I broke this a while back, didn't I? Let's unbreak this before I forget that I broke it. Because otherwise I'll be very sad. I think that's the way around. I need this. And then... there we are. Have I done a video for the Atomos? I have not. Earlier I mentioned a Benchy health tank? Yeah. I never got around to doing a video on that one, did I? Wait, no. Whatever, I'll just bring up the build. Here we go. Health tank Banshee. So, we can power up Arcane Blessing for various means and ways. Probably from like a companion. Arcane Guardian is going to give us a whole bunch of armor. And this works in tandem with using a melee. Which is why we got Warframe on here. Using a melee that has melee fortification on it as well. So you bring that all together. You've got some starting health. You'll gain plenty more health. You'll have some basic armor. You'll get more from your melee kills. You got adaptation in there as well. You won't get knocked down. You can silence everyone. You can sonar the fuck out of them. It's brilliant stuff. No precision intensify because sonar. Why would we want to precision it onto that when we want the sonar buff? This one isn't set up with armor strip, but you can set in an armor strip as well. For example, if you swap out the Augur Message. Or if you get rid of Eternal War, but why would you really? 4 gives armor? Welcome to Warframe. The armor increase on this is pathetic. I want to be very clear on just how pathetic that is. It is utterly pathetic. You might be looking at the armor value here and going, well, hang on, Ken. You haven't even got an armor mod on and she's got 735 armor. That's going to do a lot. No. No, 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 no. I have armor shards. So this is 600 armor here, which means she's actually got 135 base. Which means that this... if we went from normal intensify to precision intensify, we get plus 60% from this. So 0.6 times 0.5 is 30% of our 135 armor. We would gain 40.5 armor. If I switch this to precision intensify, nerfing my sonar, I would get 40.5 armor. Do not look to Warcry for armor. The armor increase on Warcry is a rounding error. It's a rounding error. Rapsay has a thought, update her with new Eclipse. Ooh, I mean, you can use the Eclipse on the damage, but you wouldn't want to be switching between damage and tank. And the idea of this is that the tank is going to be there as well. Yeah. How much better is that armor? 0.1%. I will leave that as an exercise for the viewer. But yeah, in terms of something like that, you then, as I say, it's important you combine it with this arcane here on your melee. Hence why it's going for the Warcry for the melee attack speed bonus. Because this will give you 210 armor per kill within the last 10 seconds. If you get 10 kills in 10 seconds, quite manageable, that's 2,100 armor. You're going to have a bunch from that. Palmer, it happens to everyone. Don't worry about it. It happens to everyone. You go take your dragon key off and the numbers will make sense again, yeah. Oh dear. Rare to not see Gloom on Banshee. I genuinely have no love for Gloom whatsoever. I am absolutely gloomed out by all the people that went so overboard on Gloom on Sevagov's release. It was the only thing people were talking about for 3 months. Gloom! Gloom! Yeah. Yeah. You think Eclipse of Adaptation? I mean, it'll stack exactly the way you think it will stack. Seriously, they're just multiplicative with each other. There's nothing else to it. Miralabe, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Palmer Farmer. That's put you on to 101 gifted subs now, Miralabe. Whoa! I didn't even notice the 100 just sail by. You just shot over it. Miralabe, thank you very much on that. Oh. Cheers indeed. Also, Miralabe, you have a message waiting for you on Patreon. You might want to check that out. You might want to check that. Okay, I was going to look more at Anaros, but honestly, I want to look at Dante. Okay, you are no longer on 101, you're on 111 now. Thank you very much for the further 10 gifted subs. These going out to Cam of Housecoats, to Moriel, to A Delicious Mango, to Jimbap, to Rutso, to You Brew Tea, to Four Tyler, to Zenhara, to Panda Climax, and to Musical Mr. J. Really, thank you very much for gifting out another 10 subs here. You absolute legend. I'm just 10 sips in one. There we are, full gulp. That'll do. Now you want a mango? Sure. Alright. So, is this going to work? Yep, strong build. Let's do it. Let's go slap something. Let's go slap something, shall we? That was not the button I pressed.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary
Bloom Hildren's so nice. Metal Rain, you know how some people are told the worst that she can say is no? Ew. Killer Jack saying the patch notes don't mention archetypture and slam capacitor charge time being removed. There's no timer on slam capacitor. Oh yeah, no, they removed that as well. They talked about that earlier. They just didn't put it in the patch notes. Silly. Do them. Yo, Snore, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to the community here. Gone over to Tatcha. Snore, thank you on that. Cheers. The worst she could say is yes, and then she dates you and ruins your life. Let's not get into your past baggage, shall we, Tuna? Let's not do that. Right, this should just work out the gate, shouldn't it? Yeah. I remember what's going on. So let's how do you get this simulacrum? D gifted it to me. I forget how you get hold of it, I'll be honest with you. D gifted it to me. Let's get some bombards. I don't often spawn in ordinary bombards. Let's do those today. Hello, my threatening little things. Can I slash you from here? Will this finally work? If I line up like this... Yep, that's working. Anyone concerned? Any questions? Any issues with that, chat? I mean, it looks like it's working to me. But you know what? Maybe we need to look away from them. Yeah, let's do behind. So we'll go... We have to look at them to slash it originally, because cone. And then... Yep. Yep, that's working. Check the elbows? Sure. There. Just about got his gun. Whereas... If I do that again... Just about got his gun. So we know he is in range. If I now look away... I think that might have actually hit him. I think that actually hit him. So yeah, I can't see his torso. Oh, that time... No, that time it didn't do it. Alright. So there is that niche circumstance. You'd need to see that much of them, but not that much. Even this might be okay. That's how close it has to get. That is how close. There we are then. Ads happened. Ads do happen on this channel. Best way to avoid ads is to subscribe to a channel. Second best way, Twitch Turbo. Twitch Turbo gets rid of ads on all Twitch channels, and it's about the cost of like 3 subs. So, weigh out what works best for you, honestly. Yeah, LOS in this game is very generous. You want to tell me I could see any of those guys there? You want to tell me I could see any of them? Is there anyone here who really wants to argue that I could see those guys there? I'm just going to guess the bounding box on that is smaller than the graphic of it is all. But yeah, in terms of normal gameplay, which will look more like that kind of LOS, there's no problems. There are no problems. If you find that too difficult to achieve, I'm sorry, you're just not good at Warframe. That's what it comes down to. If you can't use Dante successfully now, that's reality. You're just not good at Warframe. Ain't no sugarcoating it, so I ain't gonna. Let's see, what have I got on the tome here? I got this set up with strength and energy. That is sounding good. Let's have a further backup, just in case I need it. Didn't they change it where it doesn't matter where your camera is, like in that moment? So, no, that's not what they changed, Chris. I don't quite know where to begin on that. So, I recommend you just read the patch notes, because the patch notes for today specifically state the 2 LOS checks that happen. So, I'd recommend you just read that. Is the back LOS check based on the Warframe center mass or the shoulder? I don't know the answer to that, Umbra. They didn't state it in the patch note, sorry. It's probably going to be the Warframe, in which case it's probably why I hit around the corner, because the camera is slightly off to the side, but, you know, I've shown before now that you can see around corners. Snore, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Tuna. Look at that, Tuna. You no longer need to worry about the ads for a full month. Make sure you thank him for that. Cheers, Snore. Oh. Cheers indeed. Hold up, what's going on here? Queen? Yeah, Queen, that was inappropriate. Tuna's got a point there. That I didn't catch that, but that was inappropriate. Queen, let's not be like that. That was inappropriate. Okay, yep, that is set and good to go. Right then. Burston can just kind of sit there. Yeah, it gives us our corrosive output. Dante is Dante. Dante will do Dante things. Let's do this. Let's try that. Oh. Queen wants further assistance on not being able to say things. Alright then. Let's head on down to my favourite testing ground, Draco Serras. Probably check LOS with both shoulder cam, maybe Dietai, or it could just be from Warframe Centre Mass. Because yeah, if I... well, we can test that by glancing around the other corner, can't we?
They have just shut down all systems.
Yeah, like here. Normally when I play, I wouldn't be able to see through here. Now, I can. I need to fix that, because otherwise I'll go insane though. Bang. Looks fine to me. Bang. Bang. Let me just activate that one. I don't think I did it fully last time. Oops, out of energy. Hold on. I can fix that. There we go. Now I have an energy income. Look at my energy income right now. Woo! My energy is just rocketing up. It's actually unreal how fast that is.
We've decided you're bad for business.
Yeah, Get 2035 got renamed after Twitch was popping up. People would get to 2,035 points. Oh, I haven't got a companion. Whoops. People would get to 2,035 points. And Twitch would be like, hey, you can do the 2035 yourself thing right now. And so people would just instantly click it. And, well, understandably, that led to problems. So I removed it on the basis of that. That it was very easy for people to get confused and basically scammed by Twitch. I don't like seeing that happen, so I made it stop. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I think Dante probably needs to be put in the trash, because, like, have you seen how many kills he's getting? Ugh. I mean, that's just, I don't know if that's enough. He can generate energy on demand, and overguard, and kill in a huge area with minimal effort. I mean, I don't know if that's honestly what we can call a good frame. Like, there's a guy down there that didn't die. One guy. Yeah. Clearly, everyone should just go to Reddit and complain. Dear DE, Dante is a great frame. How dare you add a great frame to the game? 10 out of 10, unplayable. Yeah, make sure you really confuse them with your complaint. Like, that guy got confused as about why he even tried to attack me. It really confused them. Whilst you're at it, just switch language halfway through the post, you know? Start off in English, get people interested, then just switch to something like, I don't know, Hungarian. Really throw it out there. Who's going to expect a Hungarian post on English Reddit? I know I wouldn't. I have a question. How are you generating energy? That thing you just saw there, my energy is being generated by my Grimoire. Because I've got the Zata invocation on it. And if I need to go all in on energy generation, I can also switch to Noctua and do the same thing again. Grimoire is better at invocations than Noctua, but Noctua is better at damage, so you can kind of use the two as you need it. Bang. But in terms of damage, I mean, you know, swish, swish, stab works too. Swish, swish, stab. That works. I will have to request that you don't do non-English memes here, though, because I don't know what you're saying and therefore can't moderate it. So, Quirts, I do apologise, but I have no idea what you just said. And it means I have to rub it out of the chat, because I can't moderate it. And it is a Twitch requirement to moderate one's chat. Sorry. It's probably a good meme, a good joke, relevant. I just don't know what you said. You're trying to be funny? You probably succeeded in your native tongue. I'm just too dumb to understand the joke. I don't know enough languages. In fact, I barely know one language. To say I know one language would be inaccurate because there are words in English I don't know. So, technically I don't even know one language. Yeah. Page flight? Yeah, I could be using page flight. It's not necessary. I'm killing anyway. But I could. Hello, Amy Boss. I mean, if you're looking at this right now and going, Ken, you need more damage, I'm not sure what to tell you. Because the guys that survive are actually just giving way more energy by surviving.
When you need it, extraction is ready.
Would you learn more languages if they had better build potential? I would learn more languages on one singular condition, and that would be if they were necessary for my day-to-day life. As they are not necessary for my day-to-day life, I don't learn more languages. Heck off, misery. That is really the entire calculation on should I learn more languages. Does it actually help me? And the answer is no. No vacuum? Yeah, I forgot to equip my companion after doing a test without one. So I'm just going to accept it. So, no companion Dante with line of sight restrictions, and I'm just kind of casually casting and winning. Yeah, so broken, guys. So broken. So unplayable. I'll just give myself a whole bunch of overguard and then swish, swish, stab. Seriously, Reddit got so confused over nothing. Also, I don't think I've ever actually been in this room. What's up here? Okay, not much, but there's a room up here. Fun fact. There's a room. So I'm curious, what do you think is appropriate level of casting speed to add to Dante since he kind of needs it? I'd say 2 yellow shards. If you got Tau Forge, 2 Tau Forge yellows. More than 2 would be wasteful, but 2. Yeah, he can use the 2. I think I'm satisfied here. I think I have made a point. What build am I enjoying the most with Dante? Swish Swish Stab, honestly. He is so built for Swish Swish Stab and occasional cast of his books. It just works. And I know it's not technically Swish Swish Stab, it's more like Swish 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 Sneeze, but Sneezy is Equinox's thing, so Swish Swish Stab. Do I think a green shard on Anaris is good? I assume you mean for the corrosive stacks, and sure, why not? Run it. You'll probably be running corrosive somewhere somehow anyway, so run it. 2 yellow, including natural talent or without? Natural talent does not need to be on Dante as soon as you've got access to Archon shards. What's Swish Swish Stab? Dark Verse Tragedy. It's a reference to Red versus Blue. Tucker always loved his Swish Swish Stab. It's how you use a sword. And, well, the pen is mightier than the sword, and we use a pen to scribe in our book, so I guess that works, right? I think it works. Just checking here. I don't think a mod caught the Timro Chad one. Alright. Oh well. Now I've got that request. Kill. In this case, the pen is the sword? Kinda, yeah. Kinda. How do I feel about the new Lavos augment? It's amazing. I'll be putting out a video on that one tomorrow. Literally tomorrow. Hopefully early tomorrow. Yeah, it's fine, Tom. I caught it. Valius Buffett say, love your YouTube videos. First time catch a stream. Love your content. Well, welcome on in. Glad you enjoy the videos enough to pop on through here. And I hope you enjoy your stay as well. Archetype and Tenekai video when? Do I even have the weapon? Well, that probably gives you half your answer. Oh, no, Mirror Light. Mirror Light. I can't stop you, can I? It's happened. It's happened, hasn't it? I need to think about what I'm saying. I need to be careful on these things because Mirror Lab is always listening. I'm just. Sorry, you were slow? What do you mean you were slow? I mean, I'm giving you the moment to have your time to shine. Oh, wrong Lavos. This is Lavice. I need Lavos. We got Lavice, L-A-V-I-C-E, Lavos. And then we got Lavos, L-A-V-A-S. Lavice, Lavos. And they're both Lavos. Lavos, Lavos, Lavos. It's easy to follow. I just keep clicking the wrong one. Boo? Boo you! Boo. Your accent? Yes. Was there a rest of that sentence? You're missing a capital, you're missing a full stop, so I'm assuming there's an entire rest of a sentence there. Wouldn't it be cool if they let us rename frames as well? Did I say AS? Lol. I think you're struggling. I think you're struggling, Dev Scott. I said a lot of things, but like... I'm not sure what's confusing you, and it's confusing me what's confusing you. And now we're just in a big old circle of confusion. So I'm just going to move on to the bomb saying, love your accent. Thank you. Lavos and Lavos sound the same? No. Lavos and Lavos. Because we got Lavice, Lavos, Lavos. Yeah, I said Lavos. Lavos, Lavos, Lavos. I mean, I know I'm saying it quickly, but it's easy enough to follow. Lavos, Lavice, Lavos. Lavos, Lavos, Lavos. Lavice? No. Lavos doesn't have a fleece. No. How long did it take you to get to Steel Path? Because my friend told me to get Incarnate as fast as possible. I'm going to give you the answer that is both correct and unhelpful. I got to Steel Path immediately because, well, I was Steel Path available when they added it to the game. Umbra? No. 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 I know exactly where that's going. No. No. Anyway, so, in terms of getting to Steel Path, if you've just started the game, it's going to take you a while because you need to go through every single mission you can see here in front of me. All of them. So, everything here, everything here, everything on that one, and that one, and that one, that one, all of them. Which also includes you need to complete all main story quests in the game. So it's not going to happen quickly. However, I have good news for you. If your friend is telling you to get Incarnate weapons, you don't need to get to Steel Path for that because you can get them as soon as you get here. The problem is this is one of the very last places you'll get to. So, I mean... Yeah. Sorry, mate. There's not a quick one on that one. You are going to have a bit of work to do because you're looking at endgame items. The good news is that if you aren't at the part of the game where you are able to access those endgame items, you also don't need them. Because do you want to know what is needed to kill on this planet here? Do you want to know the exact modding necessary to be able to complete, on normal mode, an entire exterminate mission on this planet? This might surprise you. Let me show you. Here is what you can use. Step 1, you get this character here. And the modding is going to be... yeah, there we go. Cool. And then let's grab you. And yeah, there we are. Cool. And with those two things right there, I can do that entire mission. You can do it with less, but this means you don't die of boredom whilst doing it. That's all you need. Those two I've added on, you probably don't need either, but that's... If you don't even have that, how did you get to Sedna? You build the mech for New War right now? There you are.
There is a large
You'll be fine then.
of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Oh, I'm on this setup. It has thermal sunder rather than my shield. Oh no. Let me just start carving through these. Hi there, mate. Can I stab you? Thank you. Bye-bye. There's a lot of guys in this starting room, by the way. A lot of guys, and I don't have my shield, which a Volt normally would have. They wouldn't have subsumed thermal sunder. Just laughing at them. Now, if I can take a basically unmodded weapon and an unmodded frame and complete this mission, seriously, what do you need an Incarnum for? That was just rude. I didn't need to do that to that guy. Didn't need to do him like that. Did it anyway. Your friend told you to get Kalevo, but you don't understand where you need to go in Duviri. So, Kalevo's hold is where you need to go. That is only available sometimes. I recommend checking the wiki, because the wiki will tell you exactly which moods Duviri needs to be in for you to be able to farm Kalevo. Here he's then saying, yeah, I think Warframe should do a level check on the planets. What do you mean by that? What do you envisage with this so-called level check? Oh no, I fell over. Let me stand up and continue murdering you. Yeah. I think I've made my point. I've made my point on this one. And that's basically unmodded. You put mods on that and everything will die in a single hit, because it's normal mode. You don't need to worry. It's gonna be a... Yeah. Miralabe, thank you very much for the Archititron. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate you. It's not what I meant at all, but I'll take it. Thank you. Oh, dear. Like I say, sometimes available, believe you have to do the full experience, not the main story only mode. I mean, you could do the story only one, but if it doesn't take you to Kalevo's hold, then you just miss out, yeah. Better than the Stug? True, better than the Stug, yes. Alright. Archititron! Well, I'm going to need to level this up and do some stuff with it. Let's grab... Of course I was going to grab him. What else was I going to do? Of course I was going to grab him. Alright, let's put some stuff on you. Crusher Room matches polarity. Let's go for Smite Grenier, because why not? That's always fun. Pressure Point, because that's always fun. If we're going to be making slams, do we even need to worry about much? What do we need to worry about? What do we want to worry about? It's Pre-potatoed? It got gifted to me, so yeah, it comes with a slot and potato. Let's give it a bunch of electric, because electric is fun. Yeah, I mean, why not? I'm going to assume that crits will be useful. It might not be, but oops, I can't even spell crits. We might as well go for Old Faithful. Get some Tanokai in there. Because again, why not? Melee influence? Yeah, we can do that. There it is. And Weeping Wounds. Because hey, why not? Well, actually no, it's got Force Electric, hasn't it, on the slam? Have we got anything for slams of interest? Plus slam damage? Yeah, I mean, I've never ranked it up. Today's the day. Today's the day to rank it up. Attack speed? Oh yeah, I probably should do that. That would make sense, wouldn't it? You know what? Who needs Smite anyway? It looks cool, but is it? Well, it is, but shh. Alright, let's give that a whirl. Let's see what happens with it. And you know what's going to be really interesting? Even more electric. Because of Valence. Is this the paragram I gifted me? Must be. Yeah. And we got the drone someone gifted me going around. And we got the... That's it. Somewhere around here we've got the Necromites. Yeah. Are faction mods really necessary for endgame or just for the sake of min-maxing damage? Pretty much for the sake of min-maxing. Faction mods do a lot when you work with status effects. And they kind of occupy a space where other features don't really exist aside from Raw. So they get their full multiplicative bonus. That's why there's a lot of talk about them. But otherwise, yeah, it's not the biggest deal. You can play the entire game without using faction mods, but you will be missing out on some of the power you can have. That's your trade-off. Faction mods are annoying to switch between. See, this is where I end up making weapons for factions. So, like how my burst is set up with corrosive heat, whereas my Boltor is radiation cold, and then I can just faction them on that basis.
These foes deserve your
But
respect.
also, even with negative faction, my Boltor still shreds the Grineer, so go figure.
Victory.
Alright, let's see what happens
Just
here.
shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
Ah! Well, they evaporated. Is it what I wanted? I don't know, but they evaporated. I forgot to equip my companion again. Where do I see my stacks anyway? Is it the... It's that one on the left. Thank you, game. It just informed me. That's good to know. And then just everything explodes. I mean, so far so good. So far so good in the killing things that need to be killed department, right? Considering this is no former. Nil. How does a slam capacitor actually work? What makes slam capacitor go up? I forgot to read literally any of the features of it. I've just kind of brought it here for leveling. Archetypes shows how mediocre Cyberian Cannon was. Oh god, yeah. Cyber just disappoints me. I mean, most Incarnate melees disappoint me, to be honest. I don't think I found an Incarnate melee that, as a melee, impresses me. There's things like Ceramic Dagger, but that's not impressive as a melee, it's impressive as a stat stick. And that's kind of bad. Whereas you compare what this is doing. Kills increase the capacity? Ah, okay. Let's get some capacity. Oh, we got one. So I think that'll do. I mean, one charge is enough? The steel path? That feels wrong. Smack. Whew. And smack. I mean, yeah, that's kind of cool. That does be getting some work done, doesn't it? I did at one point let my combo run out, so my damage has dropped down. No Naramon on. Where do you see how many charges you have? So it's on the buff bar. I would show you, but I just used them. Let me get some more charges. There we go. So it's this icon right here. That's the slam capacitor. Smack. So we got that charged. Slam. Don't know how I had a finisher available there, but I'll take it. I really should have equipped my companion. Like, this is no companion, and I'm keeping up the life support? I mean, that's kind of weird. My kill rate is good. Archititron. Okay, we got Misery incoming, the weakest of all acolytes. We've learned this. Oh boy. Okay. So someone earlier was talking about getting hold of Incarnate weapons because their friend told them to, right? Yeah, mate. Don't do that. Just buy this from the market for platinum or find some way to earn it and you're done. Cool. There you go. Just put down every other melee at this point. You're good. You blink, where did Misery go? We've sold Misery. There is no more Misery on this channel. We are officially a misery-free channel. Oh, that's bullshit. I can't say that. But aside from that, yeah. This, he hasn't even got a former on it. This weapon was level 0. Fresh from the market. I'm just using MR30 privileges of being able to mod it properly. I'm just dicking around. And it do that. Zoris and melee influence probably easy to get. True, Zoris exists, yeah. But who wants to use a glaive all the time? Quite a few people. But if you don't want to use a glaive, then you can do this. Then you can do this. Hey, Grenier, can I smack you in the face? Can I do this? Thank you. Oh, that didn't kill him? Huh. That will. Oh, I already killed this area. Never mind. Bonk? Very much so. Yeah. This is a bonk weapon. Bonk. Oh, try again. Bonk. Try again. Bonk. Try again. Bonk. Try again. Never mind, he's dead now. Try again. Bonk. They're all dead. Am I health tanking or are they just unable to attack? I'm health tanking. But they're also not doing a lot. But mostly I'm health tanking. And bonk. The buff hadn't been raised up there, so... Well, he's gone. Yep, no recovering that one. That corpse is gone. Gut stab. Bonk. Would it be broken if slam attacks could proc Tennokai? What the hell is happening there? What? Huh? What? What? What was happening there? That dude was having a whale of a time. His balloon popped. Something like that, yeah. Hey, Torment, do you want to get in on this party? The Green are loving life. Come on, Torment. I promise you'll love it. That's it. Get nice and close. My Tennokai! Whabam! Get wrecked. I really should roll a companion. I can't get that life support. Ah, actually, I can. Tennokai is busted. Tennokai is pretty damn strong, yeah. Being able to just heavy attack without losing your combo, it's real nice. Unfortunately, I'm losing my combo due to just then walking around for a bit. Kind of not very, you know, pro gamer, but whatever. We're not here to min-max. We're here to laugh at the hammer go bonk. And bonk it go. Whabam! Just fall off the side. Fall off the... whatever. Get your back broke. There. No one likes you. Oh, that is actually dirty. Saved my combo. That is one downside. It's definitely a Naramon needed, because each time I'm killing the area, it then takes me a few seconds to get to the next group to hit, doesn't it? So if I brought Naramon, this would be much, much higher. Alright, 12 times combo. Thank you, Butcher, for running straight in. Have I tried using Gauss or Wisp to build the Archititron charges faster? Nope, I only just got this mission. This is the first time I'm using it this year. I don't think I even used it last year, for that matter.
What our Tenno operative just found. They could not do this without you.
Bonk. 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 And slam. Alright. Architecture needs LOS checks. Oh god. Alright. Evidently we're at that part of the discussion. Let's extract. Let's do some modifications, because it's max rank. And take it from there. I did not see that there. Hydrate. Cheers. Why was the Archititron changed in the original update anyway? Was it bugged? So, DE changed slam attacks in general, which unfortunately made it where the Archititron went from having a slam attack with hella bonuses to a good slam attack with hella bonuses. As you might expect, that leads to redonkulous numbers. So DE went, oh, no, not redonkulous numbers, let's bring that back in, but they went too far, so they've given it a bit more of a buff and made it easier to reach max buff. And I'm feeling the difference there. And now it's, hey, get 5 kills, slam the ground, God died. Trying to say, hi, I have to ask, is there a Tennokai issue at the moment where even on Tennokai proc you lose combo? I've used Tennokai since it came out, I've never had this issue until latest patch, didn't notice it even with my hand off, my heavy attack. Yeah, heavy attacks for a second time, wonder if my keyboard is going bad. Okay, so if you heavy attack just as the Tennokai expires, it will use the Tennokai animation, but then do a slow heavy attack and spend your combo. That's existed since it came out. The double heavy attack, however, that is your input failing. The game won't double input for you. Right, first things first, companion. There we go. Second thing second, let's slap a 4 on this. There we are. I won't use one of my Umbral Former. Not got many of those left. Yes, I'm going to keep using that same joke. Righty. So, what could I put on here? What I could do is take off Prime Fury and use Berserker Fury instead, which will give me some space to now put on Prime Smite Grenadier and laugh even harder. Because now the electric procs are going to be super boosted. Excellent, we'll get around to that. I've seen 230 formers in the back. Okay, so Hilly Zen, that's not my fault. Okay, that is not my fault. All right, not my fault. Is Opportunities Reach really worth it? Yes, it's given me a longer window on the timer, so then I can go and find a favourable slam spot without losing my combo. That's the point of that Gorilla. It's the timer. So yeah, this is why I have a bunch of Former. Mirror Lab decided to give me 50 Former bundles. That's 150 of them. Remember Companion? Already done. Yeah. So, let's take this to a higher level variant. And let's see what happens. Do I still have Slam Mod on for the extra damage? Yeah, it's there for the moment. Why use a smite if big room clearing is not from status proc? Because some things were surviving, so I want them to die faster.
Their focus impressive.
That's why.
All warriors' death.
So obviously I'm not convinced Mirror doesn't have one of these infinite plat dev accounts. But Mirror Lab has also been gifted a bunch of subs. I think Mirror Lab has just, you know, got disposable income. I know it's a rare thing. It's quite confusing for most of us to hear that phrase. But some people, and granted it's not many, but some people do have disposable income. It's kind of wild. I think it's a bug, frankly. Like, you know, some people having this and not others. Clearly the game of life is imbalanced. D, please fix. I don't know who is DE in this case, but still fix it anyway. Oh shoot, I didn't switch to Naramon. I'm going to abort and switch to Naramon. Do we stone Mirror Lab? Why would you look at someone who has the power of either God or anime on their side and want to stone them? Nah. You just tank them very nicely and hope that they continue to bless you with their power. Yep. Oh.
Speaking
Well, that
of disposable income.
Okay. Never seen that one actually live on stream before. That's an unusual one. Airsoft Statement, thank you very much for the 10,000 bits. Woo. Okay. That'll do it. That'll certainly activate that one. The bit of animations on the stream don't go any higher than that. I just want to be very clear on that. They do not go any higher. I mean, it's proper. Airsoft, thank you very much for that. That's probably put you, yep, right up the top of the leaderboard this month. There is no challenging that one anytime soon. Thank you, my dude. How much is that? So every bit means that the streamer gets 1 US cent. So that's $100 US to me. And Twitch takes their cut. If you go on the stream chat, you can click the option to try and get bits, and it'll tell you how much that would cost in your currency. Obviously, don't click through and finish it unless you actually want to give me those bits. Ibidine, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime as well. Up onto a full 12 months there. You got yourself a full pot. Woo! Timmy Dean, thank you very much for dropping that over here as well. Between you And between yours and Airsoft's 10,000 bits there, you guys have just launched 90% of the way through a level 5 hype train. Ooh! Thank you, both of you. DJ Witness, thank you very much for the 10 bits, adding on to the pile there. Taking the hype train to... Never mind, I was about to say to 100%, no, that's also the sub coming from Porncakes. Whatever, fuck it, it's done. Porncakes 05 with their prime. Cheers. Why have we had 2 porn names today? That's wild. Don't worry, if I did click through to finish transaction, it would decline. Oof. That's the only answer I have to that, just oof. Fair enough.
I have some left over from Pirate Software's hype train.
Alright then, thank you. Dark Dubs for the 100 leftover bits from that hype train. Cheers, my dude. Appreciate that as well. We are now partway into the level 6 hype train. Oh my. That is unusual. That is very unusual. Thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate that. 215 AUD for all those. Somehow I thought it'd be more. I thought Aussie dollars were weaker than that. I'm not complaining. I just thought they didn't have as much of a value to it. Maybe I'm thinking of Canadian currency. Canadian dollars are pretty cheap compared to US dollars. It's just how they work. Yes. Yeah, maybe it is that. I could have sworn it always seemed weaker because of the prices of games in AUD, but maybe that's just because, I don't know, Australian authorities just being dicks about the taxes or something. Could be like that. For all I know. Give me 10-0K. Thank you. I killed him. Nope. All of these are wrong. There we go. Actually, I could try instead of doing electric, I could try viral. What happens if I do viral infusion for a bit? Will they die even quicker? How ridiculous! Okay, that's doing something. Oh, Miralabe. All right. Not even a message with it, not even using the TTS. Miralabe doesn't care about that kind of thing. Miralabe is above such earthly desires. Miralabe just goes, what's that? Someone challenging these bits? Here, have 8,401 of them. Thank you very much for that. And Swizzle McCrizzle with the 5 gifted subs adding on to this. You guys are absolutely popping off at the moment. I don't... Where is this all coming from? I don't understand. What is happening right now? What genuinely is happening right now? Swizzle McCrizzle, thank you for gifted subs over to Altaison Prime, to Bubster M, to Rex the Blind, to Cosmic Paparet, and to Not So Meow. Thank you very much, guys. But also, what the hell? I'm confused. This is from disposable income? I mean, there's that. Am I dying? I am very much living. You'll notice my Lavos, as explained in my Why Lavos video, allows me to look at this chat and go, what the hell is happening? Meanwhile, Lavos just killing stuff because he can. Because Lavos. Am I dying IRL? No, I seem fine. Yeah? Do I look dead? Nope, still very much alive. And being sponsored by chat. Guys, thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate that. It says we're about to beat our last record on the Hive Train as well. Really? That our record was during the charity stream in October. Like that was the record. Charity stream in October. So if you're beating that, that's wild. Float, thank you very much for the 10 pyramids adding on to the pile on top there. Appreciate that. Stick it up a little bit further there. Snore, thank you very much for the entire rest of your bits. I don't know why it's not read that out.
Here's the rest of my bits.
Never mind, there it is. It's got it the wrong way around. Snore, thank you very much for 265 bits there, adding further onto it all. and Titanium-filled pancakes for subscribing at tier 1, joining into all the fun here. Enjoy your lovely new blue sub badge. And Elu, thank you very much for dropping 5 subs over here as well. Let's go over to Hazy Wolf, to Ziggy L, to Old Knight, to Silverito, and to Shaun of the Dev. Also, that's an amazing name. I love it. But again, why? Are we what? Thank you, but what? About to beat the record yet? I don't know where the record is. Is that the line right there? That might be the line right there. Is that the line right there?
This is the last of mine. Kappa Infinite, stop asking why.
Extraction is available.
I'm not asking why. I'm just going to say thank you, Dark Dubs. Alright, I won't ask why. Thank you very much for your support, adding to that as well. And I think you also use the very rarely used pinned cheer. Fair do. Your message is pinned to the top based on how much you've just cheered. Thank you for that. So this stream happens tomorrow after you got your salary. I mean, Snore, if you want to control the narrative on the Friday stream instead, you have the power, I guess. Everyone else is going to be burned out, and then Friday will be all yours. Oh, hi, Malice. Don't mind me. I'm just going to smack something until I can uber smack you. Which will be approximately never, apparently. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Tennokai. Now Tennokai doesn't proc? There it is. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. And then I get another Tennokai quickly after. Insulted. Oh, you're heading off now to Tatum? Fair do, fair do. Thank you very much for dropping by. Or if you're meaning the Acolyte, in which case, now I'm picking up context. I think you were talking about the Acolyte. Yeah, just the Acolyte. Never mind, never mind. Well, thank you for dropping by all the same. You're allowed to stick around too. That is a thing that you can do. So here's the question, chat. Are you guys going to pop us over the line? Is that what's going to happen today? Are we going to beat the Hype Train record on this channel? First time since October. I'm fairly certain that's when we hit it. If not, it was July last year. Oh, you're leaving, Flo. Fair do, fair do. Alright, we'll catch you around then, Flo. Snore. Thank you very, very much there for adding 2 more subs to the party. Those going out to Cyberdrake777 and to Varix the Loyal and Merle with the 1999 bit. How very Warframe themed. Thank you both of you as well. Really do appreciate that. Yo, because we are well over the level 5 hype train, this means you're also looking at like probably maximum hype train emotes. If there were hype emotes that you were looking to pick up as a permanent unlock, now is the time to do so. If you've got that prime sub, if you're holding on to a tier 1 sub, you're just considering maybe bits might be worth it, literally there isn't a better time than when a hype train is this high up. Because you get so much more for it. At least in terms of the emotes. 40 out of 15 subs. Yeah, we've kind of hit the sub goal for today, ain't we? We kind of hit that one. And then a bit more. Just putting it out there. Maybe a little bit more after that as well. That's, yeah, have I leveled up this Archetytron? That and then some, yes. And yeah, Viral does feel like it is a very good selection here because it combos and makes the electric even stronger. Whale Shark, thank you very much for the 300 bits adding on to the hype train, pushing it further forwards there. I really do appreciate that from you. Thank you very much. Can you find builds somewhere? Depends on what build you're looking for. Most of them are in my video guides, absolutely. Check out !mark catalog for a link to different video guides more easily than searching YouTube. And Elu, thank you very much for the gifted sub that's gone over to Warframe. Thank you very much on gifting that to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Yo! Carniolius, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Aelmaster as well, thank you both for subscribing with your Prime. Both at the same time here. Welcome on into the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badges. You guys have knocked it over the record. This is the highest a hype train has ever been on this channel. You legends. It's going to be a long day before this gets stopped again. Swizma Crystal, thank you for the 2 gifted subs there. To M1 Kree and to Delicate Phoenix. Snore, thank you for the gifted subs going out to Justin Toons 20 and Zenpai Haru. You guys ain't stopping. Long stream tonight? We're in a massive hype train. You think I can stop right now? That ain't happening. Which also explains what's happening now. You guys wanted this stream to go on extra long, didn't you? Now I see. You're buying extra stream time. You sly devils. Well, you got me beat. I guess I'm stuck here now. Yep. No angst to worry about. No misery here. This is a misery-free channel. We will just have to keep on sharing in this bounty. Well, he's gone. Oh no, it's over. Oh, did it just... It just popped there. We're Alien. Thank you very much as well for subscribing with your Prime, joining into the fun right at the end. I think you were the last of the group to catch that there. Everyone who participated, thank you very much for joining in on that hype train. That was wild. What even happened? I've been told to stop asking why, so I'm just asking what. Because that was my... That was real nice of you guys. Thank you. Honestly. Thank you. And Grillo, cheers for showing that. I love that soundbite. Every time. Oh, what's the race of bits to stream time? Well, this isn't just a tipathon, so that's not quite kind of how it... No. It's just I will never end a stream during a hype train if I can avoid it. Never. That's some lo-fi? Are we not on lo-fi at the moment? We are. It's just quiet in the background. Over the sound of death and me saying thank you 5,000 times. I don't think I've reached 5,000. I need to do more. More thanks. All the thanks. Mega thanks. Your subscribers are millionaires? Some of them are. I mean, statistically speaking, with 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, there have to be some millionaires in there. There have to be. Statistically speaking, I have millionaire subscribers. Surely, there are some millionaires that play Warframe. I mean, I really hope that's the case, because I've looked at more grim versions of those metrics, and so, you know, don't want to go down that road. Yeah. You're a scientist, that's incompatible with money. I mean, if you're in research rather than product development or business development, yeah, that do be the case some days, doesn't it? Yeah. Raxing death cries are our enemies? Yup. They want to see the actual statistics? What, how many billionaires? As if. Millionaires we got here? I would be curious, wouldn't it? Just how many people here are students, how many are pre-work, how many are in work, out of work, how many are just coasting off their pension funds? There's going to be some. There are going to be some on that regard. Doing your PhD right now? Ah, fair do. So's my brother. And one of them. All the best with your PhD. They are tough. And I say that as someone who hasn't even got a master's degree. Like, I can appreciate that's one heck of a smarty pants tier thing. Good luck with that. Hilly's then saying, having too much disposable income to put in games would mean you finish playing Warframe sooner than when it's worth to play it. But I better spend once every now and then, instead of paying for a lot of things when you can't have it soon. First opinion. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying if you've got disposable income, just buy everything in Warframe. Unless you're responding to someone else on that matter. I'm just saying we probably, hopefully have some people in that category. Also, there are some things you can only get with money, you know. Neat skins. Good old cosmetic funding. As a billionaire, you spend your days eating dolphins and kicking puppies. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, now let's not unfairly represent billionaires now, okay? They don't kick puppies. They've got someone to do that for them. They merely watch and judge their kicking ability. They get someone to do that for them. You'd think they'd hire someone for their conscience, but, well, yeah. That just doesn't give them the same tingly feeling. Alright, which acolyte is next to step up to the plate? Who wants to be evaporated next? Well, apparently literally every enemy that was here before them. Did I not land that slam? Did I just not hit the ground because of the Xmas? Alright, acolyte. Oh. Oh, you bastard! You went invulnerable and turned off the electric proc I just hit you with. Have a new one. Yeah, there we are. Disseminating in physical labor, blue collar billion. I don't think standing at a podium and telling the workforce half of them are about to be laid off your next yacht is considered physical labor. Like, actually openly speaking to humans below your station, that's not labor. I know it feels like it, I know it's draining, but we can't classify that as labor. Work hours, oh yeah, it's clearly 100 billable hours to stand at a podium for 100 people. Because you spoke for 30 seconds, and you know, obviously you bill per hour, or part thereof, and it's 100 people, so that's 100 billable hours. Yeah, I get that. But we can't consider it labor, because then it also goes on the insurance documents. And that's not okay. That's it, really. Decided to check it. Apparently it takes 18.33 kills to max out Vex Armor's damage bonus. Meanwhile, someone's crying on the forums about how Vex Armor's worse now. Zom, do I need to get a restraining order for you from every form of zero effort media, be it Reddit, random discords, or the forums? You do this to yourself, Zom. This is going to be part of why you are tired. Not all of it. Won't presume to know your whole situation, but this is going to be part of it. Disconnect, Zom. You said it's someone else. Oh, disconnect from the third party then. And it's funny. Oh. Alright, so long as you're finding it funny and not for despair reasons. If you come back with feelings of despair for what you've read on those forums, or read third-hand of said forums, nope. Does the slam proc Toxic Lash? No, I don't have Toxic Lash on my Lavos. It is proccing, however, the let's say the viral I'm forcing onto it, which is nice, right? I think it's proccing that. Yo, hello you. Thank you very much for giving this sub over to Zom. Zom, look at that. You don't have to worry about the ads anymore. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate that. And I'm sure Zom does too. Yeah, that's putting out viral. I think, honestly, I might add Discipline's merit to this on top of the opportunity for each, just so I get consistent, high-duration Tenokais. I feel like having that. I couldn't even tell the damage I dealt there. They just all evaporated. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that is procking far. 44 mil. It was certainly an amount. It's cracking. It's absolutely cracking. Hey, Mania! Long time no see. You want to get your face pushed in? Yeah, you know you do. I haven't even got my slam ready. Already smashing your face apart. And he's down. Didn't even get to the Tenokai. I mean, what are they feeding these acolytes these days? They just seem to be getting weaker. Alright, Snore, you take care. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for dropping by, and thanks again for your support, dude. Really appreciate it. Oh yeah, you can stack Tennokai mods, absolutely. The only bit of stacking that doesn't seem to stack is Discipline's Merit, and then whichever one is it that increases the chance. I think it's Dreamer's Wrath. Because Discipline's Merit is an override for that. Alright, we're nearly at the 20 minutes on this mission. Get that rotation scene reward, and I think we can confidently say Archititron kind of got it. Archititron has kind of got it, ain't it? Especially when you buff it up with Lavos being Lavos, because, I mean, just look at that. It is literally a hammer nuke on Steel Path, and the things that survive are at that point weak enough that we just kind of finish off with ease. There was a guy there, I think I just yeeted him through a solid floor. Even his corpse didn't stick around to find out what happened. Like to see the architecture build up together? Yeah, absolutely. It's not even a complete build, which is the wildest bit. But it works. Any good way of getting the slam mod? Oh, is it a hard to get mod? I just had it. Tell you what, Nightmare. Log in, send me a message in game right now. If I have a spare, I'll give it you. I don't care how much it costs. This is just for you, Nightmare, so you'll need to let me know what your name is so someone else doesn't snipe it from you. Don't break the laws of physics just to prove a point. I didn't break them. Physics let it happen. If physics allows a corpse to quantum tunnel, that's on physics. Also, wow, 1.5 million affinity. Yeah, I think I leveled up the weapon, guys. I think I leveled up the weapon. This isn't even the raw Lavos? Nope. This is just ordinary default go-to Lavos. So I absolutely could have made that raw as well, which would just be wild. Oh, fair enough then, Nightmare. Let me see. So, it's the Slam mod Seismic Wave, of which I have 14 copies. So I can tell you it's not the hardest mod to get hold of. Seismic Wave. Let's have a look here. It's transmutable. So there you are. That's probably where I've got all of the copies from, transmutation. Farmable. It's obtainable through the circuit. And otherwise it's from Bailiff, Bailiff Defector, and Tusk Reaver. Transmute it. Transmute that. Transmute or buy it from someone else. Absolutely. Screw that farm. Ryan92002, thank you very much for just dropping your prime over here. Welcome into the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badge and all the other wonderful sub perks that come alongside that as well. Thank you very much. Cheers indeed. Alright, I need to refund the request from Healy for Lo-Fi because we're already on it, so there's no point in taking your points away. That would be unfair. So the architecture build that was just kind of slapping through was this. Just very, very, very basic modding. We have primed pressure point, not even condition overload or using a prime or anything, just prime pressure point, blood rush, amalgam organ shatter, berserker fury. And then we've got seismic wave. I don't know how much I was doing, but it was on there, and it's cheap to fit. Shocking touch for the electric bonus. Opportunities reach because Tennokai. And then a prime smite Grenier, which just dials it up even further. Anything that survives the first hit, the status block then goes, oh, did you? Bap. And melee influence just to make it go even further. We don't even need this. It just makes it where the regular swings are also feeling like slam attacks. Which is wild. Ripping our sidelined again. Well, there was an update, and then also those updates were interesting. And we'll look at Anaris, and Anaris were doing stupid stuff. I didn't want to deal with stupid. I can do that off stream when I can swear like a sailor and no one can record it. Now Discipline's Merit. Yeah, not a bad shout. Let's see. What do I need for that in terms of capacity? It's 7. And if I form of that, I have my 7. Yes. Yes. This is wonderful. I will pop this onto here. Look at that. This is great. 20 plat. I don't mind. Oh. You know what, let's move these two around just because it's all silvers across there. And, yeah. We Gucci. We Gucci. And this is just a hammer. I mean, granted, you need a late game... Well, you don't need this. You probably don't need that, but, I mean... Okay, yeah. These are late game, you do need those for us to get the full value out of it. But these aren't exactly hard to get. They ain't exactly that hard to get hold of. And the rest of the weapon... Yeah, I mean... It works. And if you're not at the level where you can get hold of those, then the level of content you're against, you actually don't need them. Yeah. Basic 10APR would work. Basic 10APR makes me sad inside. Yeah. But, opportunities reach. The extra window there, going up from 2 seconds to 4 seconds, that's a big deal. Being able to just launch in a preferred spot is so nice. Don't usually play levels. How do you do that build? What do you mean, how do you do that build? Like, what is the build, or how do I play Lavos? I'll come back on that question. SR, sorry, I had to gift and go. Just wanted to say thank you for giving me entertainment in the middle of my work week. My absolute pleasure on that, Airsoft. I'm glad it's been entertaining for you. And again, thank you for your support on the channel. Really do appreciate it. How do you play Lavos? Okay. So, what is build and how do you play? So, here's basic build. I will have a video coming out tomorrow, which will give you more builds than this. So you can look forward to that. But this is the standard go-to build. And how do you play Lavos? Check out my videos that Sil has just linked right above, or right between your messages. What you need to know about Lavos, or why Lavos. All of it there. I mean, the one build on it is out of date, but it still walks you through how to play Lavos. And then you've got the main build I just showed you there. Can you see the Dante build? Once I've done finalized testing, because D have made some changes to Dante again, so I'm going to do some finalized testing on that, and then there will be a guide coming out on that probably next week. I would have liked to have got it done sooner, but D kept on making changes whilst I was working on the video, forced me to go back and change the things that they changed. And that's why there's been a massive gap on videos on the channel. Because they kept on changing things after I'd taken a few days off. Yeah. Did they fix the status chance on his passive yet? They made no mention of it. So I will give it a look in my testing as well for the Dante video. But they made no mention. 0. What shards do I have in Dante? Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. On my Dante, I have 2 for casting speed, 2 for energy max, and then ability strength. All of it Tau Forged because flex. Yeah. There you go. And the reason they're in that layout is because I did it in that order. Quite literally, it was a case of, well, I'm going to need casting speed, and I'm going to need energy max. Now I think about it, someone else said about casting speed needing a lot, so sorry, I've got the shard. Let's put 2 in. And, you know what? I've got a strength shard. Let's throw that in there. Strength is nice. What about on the last slot? Test some things out. Yeah, energy max. Cool. And that was how I did it. That's why they're like that. Is Naira's set bonus and seismic wave additive or multiplicative with each other? I don't actually know the answer to that, Snowbolt. I don't know if anyone knows it for certain, given that they've recently been changed. That is slam attacks, so that needs testing. Yeah, that needs testing. Knowing the hell out of Nightmare Frame, do it? Oh yeah, every time. I ain't the fashion streamer, so don't expect my shards to be in nice pretty arrangements. Do I think they'll address Ash's 1 Orbent armor strip now they're working on LOS fixes? Often just doesn't work and drives me insane. Report it on the forums, tweet about it. That's my biggest recommendation in that variant. If you're having issues with that frame, report the bug, tweet about it. Why tweet? Because it also sometimes gets attention through Pablo. So you can tweet it at Pablo. But the forums is mostly the right spot to place it. You do have to remember as well, just in general, that DE don't have infinite staff. So if they consider an issue to be lower priority, then it might be 2 years before it gets fixed. Not because they don't see it's broken, but because they've got other things to work on. So sometimes it may just be a case of it's in the list to get through. Maybe. Anyway, all of that aside, Dante looks fine now. Any complaints about it need to get good. Architecture is kinda crazy for just a hammer. It's not Incarnon, it's not Prime, it's not anything. It's only MR10, and the blueprint is right there. Yeah. So that's great. Nedge is in a great spot. Lavos continues to be amazing. What's there to be upset about? People who make random claims and don't reach patch notes. That's who. Anyway. Is it me or do Omnifishes not give bonus relics every 5 cycles? I haven't tried those out. If that's not happening, again, bug report it, or tweet about it, or both. Exclamation mark bug if... Yeah, exclamation mark bug to get a link to the bug report forums. To do that nice and easily for you. Architecture sales going up tomorrow? Yeah, probably. What's the disposition on it? Oh, that's spicy. 4 dispo? 4 dots? Okay. Alright then. Those ribbons are going to be a little bit interesting. Yup. What would be the way to go about requesting a glyph in the game? What, my glyph? Exclamation mark glyph. It's as simple as that. Exclamation mark glyph and read what the bot says. If you want to get your own glyph in the game, wait for D to contact you. That's literally the answer. Use Stropher with Lavos in his orbit today, and Steel Path Cascade did 351 million damage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But then the Stropher is a Gunblade. Gunblade's a kind of pog. It's just how I bow. Might have someone in the ribbon stash? That's a good... No, I won't, because I'd have seen it here. No. Nope. Nope. That's unfortunate. Architecture wasn't very good for a long time. No, it wasn't. No, you're very right there. Which is why I didn't even own a copy until earlier this stream. Anyway, I could get distracted a millionfold here. So if you have been enjoying the channel, and if you've got any more pressing questions, make sure you're following. I will be live again on Friday for some not Warframe, but you can still join in and ask Warframe questions during that stream. That's absolutely fine. And then on Sunday, I'll be back onto this grand old game, and we can see about breaking some more Grenier Skulls in, because that's just so much fun to do. But in the meantime, we need to be raiding over to another part of the Warframe community, so let's see where we can go about with that. Who can we raid today? Oh, that is the eternal question, is it not, chat? Who can we raid today? If we go to Twitch, go to the Warframe Katagara. Who's live? Oh yeah, I've not actually done the draw for the platter giveaway, have I? Whoopsies. I do apologise, Solomon. Thank you very much for reminding me on that one. You know what, let's just close the entries right now. Surprise! They're closed. Alright. If you weren't in on the raffle, it means you weren't paying attention to the raffle the entire stream. That's fine. I forgot about it too. You can catch the next one. It'll be fine. Let's see. Of those who did enter during the time that the raffle normally actually runs, the winner today is Phoenix Empress. Phoenix Empress, congratulations. You are the winner today. I'll be contacting you shortly after stream. Get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status. All 3 important details. And we'll be able to get that platinum sent on over to you. We're doing another raffle on Sunday, so if you did miss it today, whether you didn't get a ticket or just didn't win it, you'll still be able to join in on that one on Sunday. But for now, right, someone tells me that Brozyme is streaming having moved house. So, you know what? That sounds like a stream to raid right there. I think I just had an ad on this channel, my channel, so that happens. Whilst the ad is happening, let's just send you all somewhere else. That seems like the smartest thing to do, right? We are heading on over to Brozyme, another wonderful creator. We've even shared a stream. We've done a collab a couple of times before now as well. So, I recommend you sit nice and pretty, hold on for this raid. If you've got the Snack Raid emote, get it ready to use. we're heading on over. And I'll see you again on Friday. Bye-bye.